Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello. I love how the music stops as soon as I click away. And it just lower it just a little bit. Anyways, we have a super special stream happening today. Hello, everyone. Yeah, we're gonna play some Spell Candle. This is a game that I am collaborating with the dev studio with, and it is just coming out. There is only a demo available. They have a Kickstarter, and their demo is available. I have linked both of those in the pinned message. So please go check them out. The demo is free, obviously, and they're trying to get their Kickstarter fully funded so they can give you guys a super awesome, fully fleshed out game. And so yeah, we're just gonna play a little of that today. Hopefully get an ending. Yeah, let's get going because I'm feeling this is gonna be a long one today, which is totally fine. I'm gonna do my best to like satisfyingly voice. And I don't want to call it voice acting because I can't, but I'll try and read it like for reals. I'll do my best. Anyways, let's get right to it then, shall we? Oh boy. Alright. Let me know also if my big ass head is covering anything, cause yeah, I want you guys to be able to see just as good as I am. Okay. How far are you willing to go to contain war in a glass dome? Oh, there we go. How many parents would you be willing to sacrifice? Parents specifically? No, you should be good. Ah, thanks, Venti. How many brothers would you kill? None. I only have one brother, but I would not kill my brother. Would you grow numb to the pain, become a zealous leader, willing to sacrifice anything for the greater good? Sorry, I'm adjusting the mic. Turn a blind eye to the orphans on the streets. Ignore those disabled begging for coin. Steal, bribe, and extort for a chance at peace. How many decisions would leave you lying awake at night, counting the souls you sent to the slaughter? Can living in war for millennia truly be considered life? Whoa. Talk about a little bit of a scene change. A loud whistle breaks the silence, rendering the carriage to a sudden stop. Oy! The tip of my quill shatters as it smashes into the paper. Ooh. Oh, I see. Wait. I didn't realize doing my scroll wheel would do it. Hold on. I missed that. There we go. Into the paper before I can put down my next thought on the page. Identity control. Damn. The shout comes from the outside, and I put my notepad down, scoffing at the ruined nib. This was the third one today, and I'm tempted to throw my hands up in frustration and scream. I thought for sure it was going to say tempted to throw hands, and I was like, same. I was selected to be the Arizon delegation's reporter for this year's Dread Festival. It should be considered a great honor to be able to report on your country's political victories, no matter how small, but you can't expect a cage bird to sing happily. I reach into my leather satchel to find my identification documents before stepping out of the petite carriage. Relatable. I feel, oh boy, this kind of stuff always makes me nervous. When I played visual games when I was younger, I always looked up walkthroughs because I didn't want to like get the bad endings. I was traumatized from my first visual novels that had like really bad endings. So I ever since then I was paranoid and I always looked up walkthroughs, but we're gonna raw dog this one. I also don't think there is a walkthrough yet, so alright, I feel pleased at the chance to stretch my legs, annoyed that I have to go through this, curious to finally able to take through this, enthusiastic that we're likely almost reached. I think I would be excited that we almost reached the destination. I don't think I'd be annoyed. Definitely not. Yeah. Just a few feet ahead, an elven woman is going through the papers of an older gentleman from our contingent. And what role do you fulfill within this delegation? Her voice is like the sharp pointed end of an ancient spear. I am the senator representing the region of the Beastlands. The elf sniffs the air around the delegate and frowns. Sniffs? What, racist? Y'all are having a separate conversation. She's beautiful. Glimmering mercury eyes peek out from underneath short bangs the color of milky quartz. Her skin, like deep iron ore, glitters gently in the rays of daylight. After a very thorough read of the man's identification documents, she hands them back to him without a word. I find myself nervous as the elf's long, knife-like ears twitch and her attention shifts to me. I'd never seen anything like it. I mean, yeah, it's called gay panic. Her cold gaze examines me from head to toe before she reaches a hand out. Identification documents. I hand them over and she scans through them quickly. Oh, yeah, alright, let's freaking go. Oh yeah, we love an inclusive game. Let's go. Okay, already 10 out of 10. Oh yeah. And what role do you fulfill within this delegation? I was selected by MTK. I'm here to report on the YouTube. No. I know. Such a good intro for character customization, right? I think this is the most neutral one. I feel like in terms of dealing with the government, you need to be very neutral or you need to bias them a little bit. But I don't want to bias them. I don't know about them yet. I was selected by the Empire to take an account of the Dread Festival for an article. Her eyebrows raised slightly at my response. After a moment, she nods, accepting my explanation. Oh, thank God, because I didn't have another one. And your general? Where could I find him? The question perplexes me. Though the delegation had been traveling for several weeks, I hadn't encountered the infamous Shadow Master once. Shadow Master? I love it. Had I? I mean, Shadow Master. Maybe he's sneaky like that. Upon seeing my bewildered expression, the elf offers a small explanation. He was not in his carriage. Perhaps because he got bored of being confined in a turbulent box for days. How much you want to bet this is a love interest? A voice responds before I can open my mouth to formulate an apology. I step back from the carriage and seek out its source. Yep. Woo! So true, Minty. Shadow Master does sound hot. Awooga! Oh man, this is the music change with this is so good. Let me know if the volume's okay for you guys, by the way. Upon the wooden roof of my small... But is he evil? Well, we're gonna find out. He looks kinda evil. Upon the wooden roof of my small carriage, relaxed one of the most beautiful gentlemen I had ever seen. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Shh, that don't matter to me. Yes, Minty, you know it. With his eyes closed, his expression was so serene that I found myself wondering if I'd misheard him speak. Shadow Master, may day and night preserve you. The man on the roof of my carriage opened his eyes and leveled the woman with a cold gaze. His eyes were the color of the flags of our empire. Oh, so we have red flags. That's sus. The color of blood and dangerous forbidden things. Woo! Whoa. Whoa, he has his own text box too. Holy shit. Look at that. I could hear the elven woman swallow from beside me so vividly that I wondered if the world around us had fallen quiet on purpose. May I please see your documents, General? Oh my god, she's still doing that. Lattimore? I'm assuming? A frown crossed his features before he quietly sat up, slid his feet over to the edge of the carriage, and jumped down with the grace of a cat. Oh yeah. Here. I don't know if I can, I'm just gonna read it. I'm not gonna do voices, guys. I'm not a voice actor, and I never claimed to be. He pushed a stack of documents that was so thick into the hands of the elf that it made me gape. It might take you a few days. And he knows it too. Look at that smug-ass smirk. Yeah, that's what I just said. I got a thing for generals and military men. Yeah, we know, Minty. We know. It's okay. I don't have a thing for it, but it certainly doesn't make it worse. I mean, IRL, that's another story, but whatever. Um, he smirked, and I wondered where on himself he kept a pocket large enough to hold all that paper. I'm asking the real questions here. The elf blinked, scanned through the first few pages, then flipped through the next few with shaky hands, her face growing paler by the second. I don't want to be nosy. I'll keep watching him. The political leader of our delegation crosses his arms behind his back, his expression neutral as he scans the surrounding environment. I feel my breath hitch as his gaze passes over me for a split second. The elf suddenly thrusts the pages back at the general. I want him to thrust. Never mind, sorry, I'll stop. And gives him a shaky nod and thank you before wobbling off to the next carriage. People in this game, not the wrong people are wobbling over here. Come on. Let's get it together. Let's get it together, people. Was that necessary? The man's notorious crimson gaze turns to me. She asked for my papers. He shrugged. Wasn't my fault that she wasn't ready for what was on them. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, I want to know what's on there, but like, I guess I'll try not to be too nosy about it. Somehow, this behavior does little to surprise me. Do I talk back to him? I feel like he likes backtalkers. I don't know why. It's like that trope of character that is like really stern and but like you like would think they want obedience, but they actually yeah, you agree? You guys agree? You guys agree? Okay. I feel like he's the type of character that's like he seems like he would want obedience, but he really doesn't. He's actually just a bottom, actually. Sorry. I need to like reel it in. Yeah. And why it might have been considerate to let her know beforehand. And why would I do that? His eyebrows rose in a challenge, and I found myself searching for a response to give him. Because you're the Shadow Master. You think the ever-powerful elven aspects don't know which general is being sent to their city as a peace tribute every year? This guy's definitely a bottom, I agree. I'm so glad you agreed. You see it? Because I see it. I blink at his response. That's fair. Come on, girl. Don't bend so easily. An uncomfortable silence falls over us, and I notice the way his gaze wanders down below my waist. What? Scrutinizing me? Okay. A frown crosses his lips. I follow his eyes and... fuck. Oh, we love that there's swearing in here. Okay. The inkwell I had left on the seat beside me must have spilled when the carriage came to a sudden halt. Bro, take us to dinner first. Maybe he will. He wants me. That's what we're trying to do here now. He is staring pointedly at a large black stain on the side of my pants. I hope you're not planning on wearing that to the welcome dinner. I feel this is probably a lie, so I feel like I'm just gonna be honest. Like, yeah, I was planning on it, but I guess now I gotta change. I highly suggest not embarrassing yourself or the Empire by doing so. Everything about this man was irritating. Okay, well. Oh shit, go away. Oh, this is the, like, low-key enemies to lovers. Okay, got it. I won't. The look he gave me was one of complete apathy. I grit my teeth. A loud, high-pitched whistle traveled from the gates ahead of us. Someone is giving us the all clear. The clicking of metallic hinges echo in the air, and I take it as my sign to return to the peace of my small carriage. I hope you have a good day, General. There wasn't a single sincere word in that sentence. He raised a set of eyebrows as I stepped into my carriage. Making sure to avoid the spilled ink, I turn around and shut the door in his face. Oh, damn. A childish reaction, but his expression was well worth it. With blood pounding in my ears, I found a clean place to sit before the carriage resumed its movement shortly after, entering Omnis, the city of candle wax. Woo! Well, that transition was really clean. The capital city of the elves. I find myself eagerly peeking out through the window, making a continuous effort to forget the fact that I may have just angered one of the most dangerous men on the eastern continent. My eyes wander between the many tall buildings made of marble, adorned with gold embellishment, before lingering on the rectangular houses with roofs assembled from slabs of multicolored quartz. They're illuminated by the withdrawing river of light, the path of the goddess of day. That was a lot of ofs. All structures bask in the warm rays, coloring in various shades of brilliant oranges and golds. It is a breathtaking view. That would be very pretty. I mean, elf cities, like in every media, are always so pretty. We pass under a long archway of stone, upon which I can hear the bubbling of running water. Dozens of half-burnt candles of sundry colors and oh damn, Taffy coming in with the morph. Okay, hold on. We gon' have to give a second. Hold on. Kitty cat morph. So true, Taffy. My computer is fucking going through it right now. I don't know why. It is not that crazy, dude. Calm down. Gotta open another instance. Browse. Ba-ba. Oh yeah. Kitty cat playing spell candle. Let's freaking go. Give it a second. There we go. Hell yeah. Oh wait, I didn't set this up. God damn it. Okay, only for a little bit because the other screen is set up in a specific way. Dozens of half-burnt candles of... Oh wait, actually, hold on. I can do this better. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Doot. There you go. Perfect. Now we can actually do it. Okay. Dozens of half-burnt blah 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 blah. I already read that. Sizes a sit atop each visible surface. I find myself itching to see what these streets look like at night. Me too, girl. Perfect. Exactly, Minty. My thoughts quickly bring me back to the journal on my lap. Quickly, I fetch a new quill from my bag and note down my initial impressions. After several days of travel, our delegation has finally arrived at Omnis, the legendary elven capital. The gates were guarded strictly, and our official documents and identities were checked for validity. This year, the great Empire's leading envoy for the peace celebrations is the Shadow Master. He sports a unique brand of charm. He's not a considerate leader, I'm not gonna lie. He sports a unique brand of charm that inspires the awe of everyone around him, like a hurricane or some other horrible natural disaster. He has a way with words. I am blessed to be able to experience the elves' exultation when around him. At least I'm not the only one terrified of this monster. We meander through the roads for another 20 minutes before the carriage comes to a final stop in front of the only building that looks terribly out of place. Whoa. The tall rectangular... I don't think I've ever said this word out loud. I'm not gonna say it. I'm definitely gonna butcher it, but I do know what this word is. Building that serves as the Ares? Ares? Eris? I'm gonna say Eris. Because Aries... But there's no I! Yeah, but the zodiac is Aries with an I. Sorry, I'm being yelled at. Thank you, Minty. Okay, Aries. I think Aries should be spelled with an I, like the zodiac. But Dio said zodiac is fucking dumb, so I guess never mind. Aries Empire's Embassy. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. At Omnis. As I disembark, I spot the general already disappearing past the red curtains. He doesn't spare me a glance. Well, obviously. He's kinda pompous. Oppressive prick. This person really gets me on like a spiritual level. I'm given a small but pleasantly furnished room in the embassy and quickly ditch my pack in there before heading out into the city. Ooh, although those statues would kind of be scary to like live next to. I need to find a tailor somehow. Follow a trail of the most expensive looking buildings? No, that's silly. Tag after the most lavishly dressed elves. Well, why would I do that? I feel like I can't afford that. Oh, I should obviously... I feel like this is the extroverted correct answer, and this is the introverted correct answer. I want to talk to people. All languages on the eastern continent come from the same linguistic roots, Fey and Divine. Though initially I struggle a little to understand what the kind lady I stopped to ask for directions is trying to tell me, I make out some orientational words and nod gratefully. It takes me about 15 minutes of walking and skulking about weird alleyways before I spot a cylindrical structure of rose marble. 2 golden curtains embroidered with large designs of a spool with pink string hung from around its wide open double doors. Dark letters spell out the words, "The Hour of the Golden Ones," right above the entrance of the building. That doesn't sound like a tailor at all, but I guess the symbol is good. The gentle strum of a mandolin came from inside, heart-wrenching, intense, soulful, and yet somehow welcoming. I step inside, yet find myself incapable of spotting a single worker. At least, not until 3 shadows of varying sizes shift from behind a caravan of curtains. They speak in some language I do not recognize. I'm obviously gonna wait patiently until I'm noticed. I'm loving the world building so much. Yeah, me too. It's very nice. I wait quietly, watching the outlines shift behind the curtains that sway at the mercy of the wind. A customer? The medium shadow queries. Smells like it. Oh. The smallest silhouette, short and stubby, moved to face my direction, its voice high-pitched and snippy. Now is not a good time. I frowned, but I wasn't about to give up that easily. I need an outfit for a party tonight at the Regent Embassy. Please. I kept my tone polite, but I knew an undertone of desperation had slipped in. I didn't want to see the general's smug expression directed at me tonight. Yeah, me too. A short silence followed, filled only by the gentle strum of the mandolin. We are very busy and... Ooh! Who growled? I want that person to growl at me. A predatory growl erupted from behind the caravan. Help them. Grumble. The command rolled... Bro, same! The command rolled through the chamber with a low rumble. I felt myself tense as the tallest figure turned to face me from behind the curtain. But Natura... The growl grew louder. As you wish, Natura? I'm assuming it's like nature, but... Natura? Okay, whatever. The tone was reverent, obedient. Language now fully switched to common. The caravan of curtains rustled as a short elf that looked to be within the late years of his lifespan stepped out to help me. Right this way. I was quickly led behind another small caravan. I'm Cupio, one of the designers of the Hour of the Golden Ones, and your extra hand to look your best today. Will you be needing help undressing? I mean, depending on who you ask. Question caught me off guard. I refused politely. Thank you for the offer, but I'm accustomed to dressing myself. Cupio nods, surprisingly accepting of my choice. Very well, then. I will see what we have that will fit your body while you disrobe. No, give me the other one in the shop to help me. No, seriously, Minty, I want the other one. Drape yourself in the plush blanket on the Davenport if you're feeling bare. Thank you. I don't know what a Davenport is. I've heard the word before, but I don't actually know what it is. And do not be concerned. We change them after each client that refuses to take it home with them. Before I could process his words, the elf had made his way outside of my changing area. It didn't take long before several beautiful outfits were brought to me. Cupio made it his mission to look everywhere but at my body as he delivered them and exited. His regard for my wishes put me at ease as I tried on the outfits one by one. We love a respectful man. Very few and far between. That's how you know it's a fantasy world. Do any of these suit your fancy? Oh, okay. A racy blue and white draped dress with a beautiful belt made of pearls. Okay, I'm going towards that one. Please don't. I know it says blue in it. I know. A conservative black cotton toga that sticks to my curves/muscles. Can I have both? A leather two-piece, a blouse with matching pants accented with gold bracers and rings. A ceremonial red and white robe of silk with a black... Oh, these are all so cool. Oh my god. Okay. So this is my first appearance in this place, and it's a dinner for it, like, essentially meeting, or I don't know. It's a dinner, right? Okay. So I feel like the dresses, the first and last option, are a little bit like for like a dance almost, not necessarily a dinner, like a ball, which I feel like is not the thing. I feel like the black cotton toga is nice, but it's so simple. Like it's very plain. I like the bracers on the blouse. I feel like you can't go wrong with like a nice button up. And I feel like a racy dress is not like the call for like an official dinner, you know? Ceremonial though. Oh. The way I'm immediately drawn to the last one. Yeah, I'm kind of drawn to the last one too. The ceremonial is getting me. Like, I feel like if I do a ceremonial something that like they'll know that I am taking them seriously, if that makes sense. Cuz like this is a nice outfit, but maybe not nice enough for a dinner. This is also a nice outfit, but I don't like conservative. Like I don't know. I feel like that's toning it down when I don't need to. This I feel like is the racy is a little like I like this dress the most, but like given the context, I feel like I should do this one. I'm gonna do this one. This looks like something one of the generals would wear back home when they held their conclaves. Fancy, formal, yet not overly conspicuous. Yes, see? They're thinking just like I think, because I made the choice. The pretty embroidery of the dark sash seemed to tell the myth of the sun mice, an ancient story of how the little man outsmarted the god of shadows. I think I may have chosen the one that favors the Shadow Master guy. This outfit felt comforting and brought a smile to my lips. A great choice. Oh, would he say that regardless? Because now I'm overthinking. Was there a bad choice? I'm thinking about it now a little bit too much. The tailor appraises the way the item of clothing sits upon my frame. Is this the outfit to your liking? Yes. We are not second guessing ourselves. We're just going for it. Lovely. Now please follow me to the lockbox. I nod and exit through the heavy curtains to join the small elf at the pay desk, not expecting the looming figure that pushed past the caravan across from mine. I'm really curious what the next guy is gonna look like. Yeah, me too. Oh. Boobs, and they're pierced. Ah! Smash? Yeah. Hold me back. No, hold me back, dude. Holy shit. I find myself face to chest, which is the way to do it. The only way to do it. It's literally my type. Oh my god, he's so hot. Oh my god, and he's big. Ah! Anyways, moving on. I find myself face to chest with a being unlike any I've ever seen before. A tall cross between man and monster. No, don't call him a monster. With a powerful body and rich... Ah! I love the taste of Petty's guys. As I look up at him, his eyebrows jump in surprise before his lips twist into it. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh man. If I start doing like regular visual novels, I need like a blushing emote, because goddamn. Seems like I made the correct choice. Oh my god, yeah, please talk to me more. Excuse me? Getting you dressed. Oh my god, get me undressed, man! His voice was like a low purr. Oh my god! Sorry, I just like can't not react. I can't not react. He's so... Everything that keeps talking about him is making me feral. And I find my cheeks heating as he made a show of admiring my outfit choice. Yes! Guys, let me have him first. I'll share later. No, I'm pushing you aside. Give me. Oh my god. He made a show of admiring my outfit choice. Ah! You're... Oh my god, and a compliment is like the second thing out of his mouth. Oh my god! I'm so sorry. Should I turn my volume down? I'm so sorry. Thank you. A large tail swishes back and forth behind him as he tilts his head to one side. Oh my god! Dio, you do not get dibs. I don't want to say this. That feels sassy. Like, stay undressed, please. Thank you, Taffy. The nipple piercings, right. Exactly. Exact. Okay, I don't... This is, like, too cold, I feel like. Like, it's like... I mean, I'd like it more than this, so... Unfortunately, I don't have the time for such noble work. Lately, the only people I happen to assist are my subordinates by doing the stacks of paperwork on my desk. Oh my god, he's so hot. They've had to change that damn thing 3 times this year already. Are you a public servant of some kind? Pretty much. His bold outfit choice had made me assume he was a famed exotic dancer or performer. What a jump to conclusions, girl. The thought made my mind travel in a direction that was anything but innocent. Oh my god, literally immediately. I have nothing appropriate to say. Me either. So I was almost glad when he changed the topic. Now, to do my job as public servant by covering your bill, you don't need to do that. Giving me little chance to respond, the creature moved to stand in front of the tailor. I can pay for myself! That That would be 250 gold. My coin purse suddenly felt too light. In the Ares Empire, that much money could buy between 5 cottages and a defensible small tower, depending on the military region. Could you repeat this? Could you repeat this sum for me? 250 gold. Were these clothes going to work, clean, and cook instead of me or something? I find myself staring down at my chosen outfit with new doubts. Maybe I'd just try to clean the ink spill with some hot water and salt. Just put it on my tab, Cupio. Oh my god, he's hot and a sugar daddy. Give me! As you wish, Natura. The elf bowed politely as I turned to face the creature behind me. I really wish you would stop calling him a creature. His smile caught me off guard. I know he senses the way I want to complain, to fight back against his generosity. Bearing in mind we just met, this is too much. I hurriedly stepped even closer. Oh, to Cupio. Who looked between me and the tall man, now behind me, uncertain. Do you always fight back this hard when somebody tries helping you out? Oh man, look at me. Hi. I'm gonna eat this man alive. We about to feast. So true. I know I've given him a weird look when his smile widens, showing off a pair of sharp top canines! What do I say to that? Yes, I usually try to stop someone, or no, I usually... No would mean that he's special. Yes would mean that's who I am as a person. Gonna pass him around like a blunt. Guys, I gotta censor my chat. Oh, wait, okay, wait. Hold on. Oh, goodness. He also likes a fighter, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I can do that. An amused hum. Ah, good call, Minty. Good call, Minty. An amused hum leaves his lips, and I find myself wondering what it is he gleaned from this curt line of questioning. Minty, you got my line of thinking he likes a fighter. He likes a fighter. This isn't a battle you need to fight. Your purchase is on me. I know my rugged men. Consider it a gift from the Terra of the Elves. I freeze in place as the tall creature crosses his arms in front of his chest, refusing to take no for an answer. Oh man, I bet that makes his boobs look so huge. I bet he smells good too. I bet he does. He looks like he smells good. What a statement. His lion-like tail swishes back and forth as if taunting me to attempt to refuse his kindness. This man was the Terra, the demigod leader of the city of Fides? And the chosen of the earth element. Oh, shit. That's interesting. And he just paid for a ridiculously overpriced item of clothing. For me. This man can definitely afford soap. Yeah. Yeah, but we don't judge the ones that can't afford soap either, because those ones are also good. They got that musk to them. Alright. The intensity of his gaze lessened before he nodded towards the clothing on my body. Ah! Pretty things suit pretty people. Ah! Consider it a party favor. Sorry, I'm gonna get it together. Consider it a party favor. You are a guest of the Dread Festival, right? I nod, and he gives me a brilliant grin. Then please, make yourself at home in our city. I will! Make myself at home in your... Never mind. He's so fine. I know. I'm gonna make myself at home in him. Thank you, Dio. I actually really needed help with that one. The words "a million people could kill for this chance" echo in my mind, and I find myself smiling back at the demigod. You heard me. Thank you. It is my duty, and incidentally, my oh my god! This man! I find my cheeks heating a bit at his tone. Yeah, I can say that. Oh no, don't go away. Don't go away. Come back. He's a demigod? What did I miss? Yeah, he's like, hold on. I'll show you what you missed. This man was the Terra, the demigod leader of the city of Fides, and the chosen, oh fuck, and the chosen of the earth element. I don't know what that means, but that's what he is. Can I go back to where I was? Okay. Oh my gosh. I find my cheeks heating a little at this tone. I should be on my way. Of course, I'll be seeing you tonight then. Oh, thank God, we'll see him again. Thank God. I pick up my old clothes and my pack before bidding Cupio and the Terra the most dignified goodbye I could muster. Now, what did the way back to the embassy look like? Uh-oh, am I lost? I start retracing my steps, but quickly find myself unable to deny the itch to put words on paper over my recent encounter. Compared to the capital of the Ares Empire, the elven city of Omnis Omnis is. I know, no, come back. Beautiful, but not ridiculously expensive. That's rude. Theory, they're gonna meet and fight for us at the dinner. Exactly, that's my theory. That's how the whole game is gonna lead to the dinner, and they're all gonna fight over me at it. My boy wife. The architecture I see as I walk the streets is awe-inspiring, but the structure of the city itself is incomprehensible. I wonder what the spatial architects were thinking when they planned this place. The urban design is amateurish when compared to the organized construction of our capital city. My thoughts then wandered to the terror of the elves, to his warm smiles and his overly accommodating sentiments. Nobody had ever covered a bill for me before purely out of kindness. I can't help but wonder what the price I'd have to pay for it in return would be. I frown and structure my thoughts on the demigod of Earth. My impression of the terror of the elves is that he has a terrible savior. No. No. I don't want to say either of these things, but I mean, this one's like kind of mean. But I've never once spotted any of our 9 generals out shopping for clothes mere hours before an event as important as the Dread Festival. Then again, if the Terra is as rich as the legends say he is, I shouldn't be surprised that he throws money. Oh my god, am I being fucking rude? Me, the price to repay is me. Then again, if the Terra is as rich as the legends say he is, I shouldn't be surprised that he throws money around at pompous stores with ridiculously inflated price tags. I feel my trust. Yeah! What the hell, dude? Grow heavy with guilt over the words. We've been taught to always show the strengths of our empire. Throwing mud at the reputations of others in order to do so, however, has never been my favorite thing to do. I exhale and look up from my page and quill, needing a distraction from my treacherous thoughts. It comes quickly, as I do not recognize the street I'm walking on. Multitasking is not always as easy as it seems. I was walking while I was writing that? That was fucking stupid. Don't do that. That's like texting and walking. The marble and quartz are lost, instead replaced by simple one-floor stone buildings decorated with all kinds of dried plants, bones, and black velvet curtains. I bet we're meeting our next love interest. The streets seem deserted. The air feels oppressive. Unlike the other parts of town, soft lavender and green candles lay lit around the street as though there is a heavy darkness here that dims all other colors and needs to be warded off. Silence stretches over me in a way that has me glancing back at my shadow. I don't know why, but this place reminds me of some of the worst moments in my life. Oh, near to the loss of a friend in the yearly. I'm calling it a thief or something. Okay. A thief? I don't know. I think some sort of like potion or like, I don't know, some sort of magical store. Something to do with plants or, yeah, I don't know. And I'm also calling it to be maybe someone shy because we haven't had that archetype yet. Um, hmm. Um, Shyness is fun. It can be. Okay. I'm kind of going between this one and this one. Because I want to make it personal, but also this is cool sounding. I'll do this one. An unforeseen medical condition that I had a chance not to survive. Fortunately, I recovered, but I get a shiver every time I recall it and how close it brought me to the brink. I recall the darkness as I passed out, the concerned faces around me, how weak and pathetic I felt during my recovery process. I take a deep breath and focus on the teachings of the Ares Empire, the way to fight back the demons that attempt to conquer you. I need to keep myself occupied and focus on the things at hand. I need to take everything step by step. I'm gonna look for someone. I feel like I'm gonna get more lost if I try to retrace my steps again, because that's how I got here in the frickin' first place. While the street I'm currently on is empty, there surely must be someone I can ask for directions. I walk around for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, taking lefts and rights, making my way through neighborhoods that look lived in, yet don't spot a single person. Haven't I already been on this street? I feel as though I'm being watched. I find myself constantly glancing around at the vacant windows and empty street corners. A cold chill climbs up my back as I reach a few doors without windows or candles. Was this elven magic or all just in my head? Was someone playing tricks on me? Ugh. When I stop to readjust my pack, I feel something wet hit my forehead. Oh, that scared me. The darkening skies up above the darkening skies up above surprise me, and I have barely a moment to blink before I'm caught in a downpour. The rain is so heavy and cold that if I don't hide somewhere quick, I'm sure I'll be sick during tonight's banquet. Shit. At this rate, my notes will be ruined. I break into a run, looking for shelter from the downpour. The only place I manage to find on such short notice is underneath a small staircase. I'm forced to squeeze in underneath, pulling my feet into my chest. I don't hate the rain, but I don't care for it. The weather has never particularly affected my mood, but this time it felt oppressive. With a downpour like this, it seemed as if the sky itself was crying. For the first time in my life, I found the sky's unruliness almost unfair. By force of habit, I find myself closing my eyes and listening to the sound of raindrops as they hit the cement. I breathe in the... I don't know what that word is. And allow its familiar smell to calm me. Despite my feelings, I find my earlier unease evaporating, melting away with the minutes. Oh, a doggy! I open my eyes to the sound of a bark and find a small puppy tilting its head at me. When I blink again, however, I find that I must have imagined it. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I figured that's what it meant, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh yeah, let's fucking go. Petrichor. Petrichor? Petrichor. Oh. Hi. Hi. His 4 eyes. He has 4 eyes. Oh, he's a mega evil for sure. Sephiroth? Maybe. His 4 eyes are a startling green, greener than the purest jade. Somehow, he sticks out from within the gloom of the surrounding environment, perhaps because of the lit white candle that gleams in the lantern he holds up towards me. He surveys me silently, unbothered by the rain falling from the sky. His gaze lingers a beat too long on my ears. What's wrong with my ears? Hi? A sound like an exasperated scoff escapes him before he moves his cape to one side. It takes me a moment to realize he is offering to share. I knew it would be a silent type. Come on. Yeah? I'm not sure how I managed to hear a voice so gentle above the downpour. I literally knew it, guys. Let's get you out of this rain. I like the teeth that are part of his outfit. I should refuse. Something about strangers and danger. It's fine. However, this man and his calm, gentle presence reassured me of my safety in a way no one else ever had. Perhaps it was magic. And did it truly matter if I was bespelled, if I managed to get to the banquet in time? With a nod, I move quickly from neath the cold staircase to under the unfamiliar man's cape. I am pleased to find that it's much warmer and larger than it looks. Wait, is he a gentle giant? I told you it was going to be a gentle character, like a introverted. Like, yeah. Because we already have the mean one, and we have the flirty one, and we need the gentle one. I am pleased to find that it's much warmer and larger than it looks. We're only missing one love interest as far as I can remember. I assume you are an ambassador of the Ares Empire. Yeah. Once again, I am surprised I can hear him. Something of the sort. His gaze lingers on me for a moment too long. Though he says nothing, he reaches his lantern forward, and I gather that we should move. The streets are accumulating water at such a pace that the sewage system does not seem capable of handling it. At first, I do my best to avoid the gathering puddles and streams of water, carrying away dust and grime. Though the task is difficult, my feet should be soaked through the shoes and socks. I am surprised to find that I don't walk into the puddles. I walk over them? Alrighty. As though an invisible barrier has been created between myself and the cold water accumulating on the streets. When I glance back at the man leading me, I notice the way the rain bounces away from him. I feel like he doesn't like questions. I'm gonna remain quiet. I've never encountered someone. He's probably magic. I mean, look at the third eye, seeing eye. I don't remember exactly what it's called right here. He has very calming music. I'd never encountered someone with such countenance before. Somehow he manages to both blend in with the current gloom and stand out from it. He tilts his head towards the sky as if attempting to gauge if it will cease raining soon. Then sighs. I apologize. Once again, it takes me a moment to catch his voice. I find how easy it is to miss alarming. Do you usually apologize to all victims you save from a downpour? He raises an eyebrow at my pathetic attempt at a joke. Hey, don't call it pathetic. I thought it was pretty good. Only when they're unnatural, caused by the emotional experience of one of ours. The puzzle pieces clicked into place. Amora's current aqua aspect of water had come into power 3 years ago, yet he was so powerful enough to cause such a deluge? Do all elven aspects have the ability to affect the weather? I can feel his gaze resting on me for a brief period. No. Oh. At least not without the help of spell candles. I raise an eyebrow at the man as he guides us into a turn that leads us out of the basic rocky building district. What are spell candles? A few seconds pass by without an answer, and I wonder if the cloak almost seems to grow heavier around me. A way to preserve pure elemental magic. And the magic is released when the candle is burned? I know, casual title drop up in here. Correct. Is that why candles are strewn about this entire city? I spot the smallest of twitches in the corner of his mouth. Aren't you quite the astute student? Oh, thanks for the compliment. Hee I find myself smiling back at him. Our kind light our kind light them whenever they require magic they do not naturally possess. The red candles to light the fires at home and warm a room. The blue candles to summon and control water. The effect to which anyone can use these candles depends on their magical ability, of course, but I think you get the gist of it. The curve of his lips softened his features for a split second. I find myself staring longer than is appropriate. How do the aspects impose? I don't want to be like turn it on myself then. The male beside me raises an eyebrow as the rain continues to avoid hitting his lithe features. The more I stare at him, the more I find myself at peace. His calm voice reaches me once more, and I find myself probably just as surprised at his response as he is at my question. Spell candles are a commodity we aim to make available for every household. If we applied any serious control to them, then that would be like rationing the air your people breathe. I'm not sure I understand the comparison. Here we are. Oh, we're back. The male. The male stopped suddenly and turned towards me, his tall frame towering over me as he lifted his lantern towards the entrance to the Arisian embassy. Loud percussion, the whistle of a flute, and a mandolin ring through the air, showing off that the festivities had begun, and I was late. Oh no. I'm embarrassed to admit I was so focused on the intriguing man before me to notice we'd arrived. Thank you. No thank you is necessary, be assured. Also an ad jail BRB. Okay. Lithe. Okay, lithe. I thought it was lithe. There's so many words that I've never read out loud, but I know what they are. So you guys are going to have to work with me here. He motioned for me to go ahead with his free hand, so I just nodded, turned on my heel, and walked into the embassy in a hurry. Whoa. The music was much louder inside, accompanied by the smells of various sizzling meats and the bright light of hanging chandeliers. Water, earth, and death oh, is he a death avatar? Or, whatever these ones are called? Death one? We just need water. No, maybe the red guy's death. Anyways. No, he must be... Nope, never mind. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, put it together. Moved around in wild circular dances, dressed in such finery that I found myself thankful that the Terra had interfered with on my behalf at the store earlier. Though I spot him in the room, I find that he's engaged in conversation with some senators from our empire, full goblet in hand. A few paces away from him... Oh, he looks so small in comparison. A few paces away from him, my eyes meet the infamous crimson hues of the general, who seemed to have stopped whatever he was doing to size up my outfit. Irritation bubbles up in my throat, and I find myself quickly pivoting towards the drinks table. A large white wine fountain, adorned with lit silver candles, quickly catches my eye, and a polite elf pours me a goblet upon noticing my approach. I take the cup with a smile, but am momentarily distracted from drinking. I hear a series of loud gasps echoed from somewhere before a slick, tangible voice cuts through the music like a hot knife through butter. I told the pirate lord that if he's not willing to go to war for my love, he doesn't deserve me. I think I know who this is. And I don't think I'm going to like him as a love interest, but I will give him a chance. And then I sank his ship to the bottom of the bay. A series of excited whispers and murmurs followed the ridiculous explanation, carrying the electric atmosphere that supports all forms of gossip mongering. Momentarily distracted, I can't help but search for whoever is the source of this ambiance. Frankly, even if my sister and brother were on the marriage market, I doubt they'd be able to impress. We're meeting another love interest, Minty. Then again, feel free to bring it up with stepmother, dearest. I'm sure she'll be thrilled to finally get a morsel of attention. No, I need to go change to look all hot in front of everyone. Please! Sorry. My feet move automatically as if charmed by scandal carried within every sentence of whoever is speaking. I find I am led into a section of the embassy floor transformed into a lounge by a large chases, silk curtains, and burning incense. Many gorgeous elves are piled on top of comfortable pillows, lazing around in eye-catching outfits. Yet when my eyes land on the male sprawled in the dead center of this crowd, I find myself suddenly flustered. Are you guys ready for this? I don't know if you're ready. Yep. Everything about this man makes me want to do double and triple takes. The long hair glistening in the candlelight as if wet. The bright pink makeup. The outfit that I'm sure would look unseemingly on anyone else in such a formal environment. Yeah, Dio, you need him right now? Oh no, he's hot. You need him right now biblically. Okay. Whoever he is, he commands the space behind these curtains as though he owns it. And he might as well, considering the way the hungry gazes of his entourage follow each breath he takes. No, sweetheart, no matter how much money your father offers her family as a dowry, trust me, she won't marry you. He sounds so utterly bored with the topic that I almost believe that he isn't reveling in the attention he's receiving. I just know he's a crier. Oh my god, Dio. Yeah, no, the pet names really get me. Sorry, mentally, I've chosen. His large smile says otherwise. Everyone knows that marrying for love is far superior to marrying for money. His gaze landed on me and his smile widened. Why did I not change before fucking around at this thing? Wouldn't you agree? Why is he addressing me? The pool of attention was dropped upon me so suddenly that I found myself desperate to get rid of it. No. I mean, I'm just gonna agree. Like, I mean, people can have both, but I think, like, objectively, marriage for love is better. I do think people can have both, but, like, that's not the question. Yeah. Oh my god, I don't know if I can read this shit. See, my darling, there is no market value one can name when it comes to the hand of another in eternal matrimony. That is, if love truly grips them both. A breathy chuckle escapes the beautiful man before me, his gaze still on me with such intensity that I actively have to remind myself not to fidget. Look at his hips, man. Yeah. Did his eyes just gleam? It seems this foreigner is already more intelligent in matters of the heart than you are, Leopold. I feel myself wince as a fierce glare is directed my way by the Leopold in question. Perhaps they're also interested in matters of the flesh as well? If I was walking when I'd heard that comment directed my way, I'd have tripped. How entirely inappropriate. Oh my god, how Scandi. I'm suddenly into seafood. And I'm normally not. Guys. He has heterochromia? I did not notice that. It's so subtle. I need him on a leash. Oh my god. His heterochromic eyes slide over my form. Oh my god. The retort I'd planned never leaves my mouth. You're just my type! Oh my god! Yeah, heterochromia. Excuse me? His bold proclamation wipes the remark clean from memory, and I can only stare at him, completely dumbfounded. My cheeks flush as he spreads 2 fingers in front of his lips. Oh! Feel free to stop by my room later. Whoa! Woo! There's nothing hetero about what I'm gonna do to him. You're my type, right? Excuse me? Shut the fuck up. I'm not even reading that. Yeah, I basically didn't say, oh my god, Lattimore's here. Aqua of the Elves. Ahem. My embarrassment is quickly swept under the rug, the attention of the room instead drawing to the general who'd moved in front of me. His demeanor remains as cold as always. Ah, the Shadow Master. The beautiful man before me finally moves to stand in front of us. I'd had an inkling that the male before me had to be influential, but had I just been propositioned by the aspect of water? Yeah, honestly, I need the magic guy, the fish, and the general at the same time. Man, you can have them, because I want the lion. I want the lion guy. That guy, he was so big. Ah! My brain blanched as I pondered how to put that down in my journal. I've heard a lot about you. The Aqua did a quick circle around the general, eyeing him with unabashed curiosity. The man without a heart, was it? I meant to say lion guy instead of magic guy. I can take them all, not in a fight. Honestly, I'm down for all. Yeah, like, all at once. Let's do it. Care to dispel that rumor? Ignoring the bold flirtation of the demigod before him, the general's crimson eyes glance in my direction briefly. I ask you to refrain from distracting our balefire man. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I touched the scroll wheel. Getting 5 guys later, if you know what I mean. Oh, man. I have nothing appropriate to say. Our Bellfire mandated political journalists from doing their job. I find myself stiffening upon hearing the mention of the Ares Empire's grand capital. Aqua's attention slid over me again, lingering on the authorized notebook I was given to put my notes down. I make no promises. Oh, wow, his hair is really long. I wasn't ready for how long his hair is. Yeah, these two, not gonna get along. Absolutely not gonna get along. It's a festival, General. Relax. He waved an amphibious hand dismissively. You know, I bet naturally he's kind of wet. They're both bottoms, and bottoms hate each other. You're so right, Dio. So right. In fact, he raised his voice in a way that carried his words around the room. I propose a toast. Oh, please don't be about me. I think I'm gonna go die in a hole. Both at the same time. Yeah, you heard me. Lion, totally a switch. The magic guy, yeah. No, I think the magic guy is a top. This guy's a bratty bottom. Actually, they're both bratty bottoms. But Shadow Master's like bratty bottom in the beginning, and then it changes later. That guy is bratty bottom through and through. Magic guy is definitely a top. I think he's like a oh, what's the word? I don't know, just like a very dominant top. And then lion guy, for sure a switch. Definitely a switch. Service top, thank you. That's what I was looking for. Another goblet of wine is pushed into my hand by a servant so quickly that I suspect the Aqua of the elves has a habit of making toasts. Though the room is buzzing with excitement, it is quiet enough to hear a pin drop. Beside me, I noticed the general giving Aqua a withering glare. To the Ares Empire, who have stood behind us thousands of winters, he raised his silver goblet into the air. May our festival once again nourish the millennium-old alliance between our two nations, so that we may stand together against the coming horrors anew in 8 months. Prost? I blink as the word is echoed around the room, and everyone erupts in cheers before drinking from their cups. I'm going to imitate drinking. I press the goblet to my lips, but make no effort to part them. Whatever is in this wine, it smells like the sea. I pull the cup back to stare at its contents, noting that what was inside looked like a typical red wine. What sort of disaster took place to make such a lovely drink smell like seaweed? It seems I am alone in my confusion, however. The festivities around me have resumed in full force, with the swell of a flute leading most elves that were gathered around Aqua into an unfamiliar folk dance. They bounce around the room in couples, laughing and dragging the occasional senator into their steps. It's wild and lively, antithetical to the structured festivals we hold back at Belfire. It's an acquired taste. The wine, I mean, surf grape, they call it in Amor. Oh my god, he talked to me on purpose! Ah! Sorry. A familiar voice comes from behind, and as I turn, I come face to boob with the giant frame of the elves' Terra. Very low bar, huh? Maybe. Long time no see, gorgeous. Oh! Anyways. It's good to see you as well, Terra. Planning to take Aqua? Oh, are you jealous? Please be jealous. You guys are learning a lot about me this stream. I'm so sorry, you're right. Sorry, headphone users. I apologize. I should just, like, mute myself really quickly whenever I need to scream. It takes me a second to clue into what he's asking. It seems word travels faster than wine at the elven capital. I will be doing my job. Thought so. A part of me wanted to ask him what he meant, considering that smile, but I find my attention occupied by Aqua. Ugh. He led a complex folk dance with easy confidence, his long hair swaying behind him, a mesmerizing head of the revelry. I turned the stream low, I'm good. Sorry, Minty. Our stoic general followed through the motions beside him, as though he'd done this many times before. He looks like he'd have more fun cleaning bird shit. Oh, we talking shit. I love talking shit. I stifle a laugh behind a hand and glance up at the shrugging demigod. Am I wrong, though? Oh, no, 100%. I can't help the smile that cracks my well-structured mask of professionalism. I don't have to do anything more to earn myself a pleased expression from the elven demigod. His gaze shifts behind me, and I follow it to a lone figure leaning against a wall beside the embassy's entrance. Oh, this man has ears. I need him. I need him now. I need him. Oh my god. Shadow Master and fucking Aqua can go fuck together. I need these two men right now at the same damn time. Wanna squish? I have my stream muted because I can hear them IRL. I'll make sure to talk nice and loud. My guide from earlier, with his hood down, I'm starting to see a pair of long lupine ears shifting on top of his head. Moore's... Oh, the aspect of death! Oh, I was right! Two bad bitches at the same damn time. Yes! Oh, I hope he has a tail, too. Mors Mortis, the aspect of death, the last demigod of the waking elves. He's watching the dance unfolding around the embassy floor, but seems to be restraining himself from joining it. Terra nudges me with his elbow. You could invite him to a dance, you know. I could, couldn't I? Quick, someone write a fic about this. Deal. I'm startled by the suggestion. You know the steps, don't you? I nod slowly. I wouldn't be allowed on this job if I didn't. Well, what are you waiting for? I'm checking if it exists. I don't think so. This game came out today. I blink at Terra's words, suddenly feeling encouraged to try something new. Can I fucking change my outfit? Oh my god. This could be a great feature to put in. I'm obviously... Are you serious? Is this even a question? Would you care to dance with me then? I blurt the invitation out. Though the male beside me seems surprised at first, his expression melts into a masculine smile that turns his eyes into molten gold. Happily! With a swift motion, he pulls me onto the floor, joining one of the lines of dancers with ease. His large fingers! It isn't a fandom on AO3 yet. I know. It just came out today. His large fingers lace with mine as the music shifts into a more folkloric tune with the same motifs. A cello replaces the flute as the leading instrument. Percussion begins pounding through the air, stirring the adrenaline in my body. My hips sway in the rhythm of the complex steps of elven traditional dance as I straighten my back. Oh my god, fuck. Despite his large frame, Terra's swings and spins are done with ease, and I find myself able to follow and enjoy myself, his smile rousing a rare, genuine grin of my own. Impressive. Sorry. He gives my hand a gentle squeeze, seemingly having realized that one of the demigods has joined the back of their winding dance line. The other elves swiftly shuffle down the formation to allow Terra to lead. If he noticed this fact, he doesn't comment on it. His eyes remain glued. Oh, we love a man who's focused! His eyes remain glued to me as he guides us around the center of the room, contesting Aqua and the General for the public eye. Enjoying yourself? Handhold? I know, we're holding hands. That's so scandy. Okay. I feel like Let's Take the Heart of the Room is very, like, ambitious. It feels very performative, but I feel like he might like the fact that it's ambitious. He is asking me if I'm enjoying myself, and I like that, and he's probably looking for an answer to that, right? So I feel like I should, just answer. But, like, I feel like also ambitious is good. Oh, boy. I'm gonna say I am. I just want to I don't want to, like, be performative. It might be the drink from earlier, but I could have sworn Tara's eyes glittered and lingered on my lips for a second. Ah! Alright, hold on. Turning away from me, the demigod pulls our row right in front of Aqua's line dance. He dips underneath the entwined hands of two shorter elves, forcing our way with a confident step that makes me laugh wait, hold on. Did I click the right one? Whatever. Anyways, he dips underneath the entwined hand of a confident step that makes me laugh as I follow him down and then back up to the center of the hall. The music swells as we wind into a small circle, stepping in perfect beat with the pounding drum, until the line twists so much that it becomes a maze of bodies weaving around one another. Whoa! Until the music stops and I'm not next to Tara, but facing him. Close enough that I can feel the heat radiate. Oh! Woo! Woohoo! Our breaths are almost as intertwined as our... Oh my god, this is so fucking sexy. Anyways, I can feel his tail brush against my leg. Hi. As I search for something to say, the room erupts in cheers and jolly laughter and erupts into another dance. Sorry, I stuttered. But I'm too tired to join in, or perhaps too disturbed to acknowledge the way my heart is beating. Oh my fucking god, the tail thing would have had me folded like a lawn chair. Same. As if sensing my discomfort, Tara pulls me out of the center of attention. Need a drink? What kind of drink? Like water? I'd love water, but like... I feel like yes please is like, yeah, I'm indulging in the party. But I haven't seen... No, I've seen him drink. I'm good. I don't really... I'm good. Seems I'm the only one that's part... God damn it. I should have said yes. God damn it. I shake my head to clear it of the brief, unprofessional thoughts. So, not a fan of the wine? It's salty. Wine isn't supposed to taste like that. He chuckles. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind if this ever gets, like, voice actors. Oh my fucking god. A low, deep rumble of amusement that washes over me like magic. Is it? It must be, because his next words ground me back to reality. Don't let Aqua hear you. Might accuse you of great political offense. Ooh, I find my body seizing up at the thought. I know what needs to happen. Oh yeah, is it getting hot in here? Oh shit. Eh. I'm stuck. It's getting hot. We gotta sit down and do voice headcanons about these men. The sounds around me grow to dull thuds, my heart beating in my chest, ringing in my ears. Okay, wait, hold on. Eh. There we go. Prison. I could go to prison. I could get killed for letting loose. For this opinion, I dared share out loud. I can feel the general's eyes on me, and I have to remind myself to breathe. Why is he looking at me? Fuck off, dude. I'm busy having my romantic moment with this fucking gorgeous man. Hey, I was joking. Oh! I find that Tara has moved in front of me, blocking me from the view of the rest of the room. Concern is lacing. Oh, he's so sweet. Can you hear me? I manage to nod and he sighs. Oh my god! Look at me! Oh my god! It just makes it worse, but it's still good! The soft growl in his voice makes me do just that. Oh my god, talk me through it! You're going to be alright. Every sentence makes it worse! I hadn't realized how close he'd gotten. I'm sorry. You've never heard me tweak like this? Oh man. This is what happens when I read visual novels. Really? Oh, well, I kind of try to censor myself because I don't know, it can be annoying, but man, we're letting loose tonight. Talk me through it. It's crazy. I hadn't realized how close he'd gotten, the way his tattoos glitter in the candlelight, how he smells of agar wood, earth, and birch. I get it, though. The details stir me, knock me out of my fear, and incite an entirely different thrill. I find myself nodding with more conviction this time, mostly to clear my head, but earn myself a small smile either way. Oh, he doesn't even know my name. Oh yeah, he's just been calling me gorgeous and shit. He doesn't even know my fucking name. We can keep it that way. It's fine. I don't need a name. You can just keep going, doing what you're doing. Excuse me? Takes me a moment to realize that I never properly introduced myself. It's Blue. Ah, Blue, the political journalist and dancer extraordinaire. Oh my god, can you fuck off, Shadow Master? I need you to go away. You're like a wet rag. You're a wet rag on my beautiful evening with the most beautiful man I've ever seen who's talking me through it. Let him talk me through it. Ah! Yeah, fuck off. I'm so sorry. I hope no one has headphones in. The general cuts into the conversation with a glare in my direction that gives me goosebumps. Shut the fuck up, you fucking bottom. Any journalist serious about their job would already be resting, preparing for tomorrow's festival opening. Will you tell him off, please? They're too far gone. No, don't click that. Bro, this. Wait. Yeah, we gotta add visual novels to the normal rotation. Yeah, you like whatever the fuck this is? I'm so happy for you. Bro, this isn't a three-way. Get out. Exactly, Taffy. Exactly. Get the fuck out. Oh, sorry, Minty. Though the smile on Tara's lips remain in place, I can sense it no longer is genuine. Then the fault is mine, General. I requested Blue to join me. Oh my god, a man taking accountability. That's so hot. And I wasn't aware there was a curfew? I wasn't aware there was a curfew. Fuck. There isn't, but I decided to hold my tongue behind my teeth before I get on the general's bad side. He looks to be searching for words. Help him out, obviously. Well, I am getting rather tired. It's been a long day and all that traveling is finally getting to me. I fake a small yawn. I offer both men a small smile and bow. If you'll excuse me. The general gives me a curt, dismissive nod. But Tara just stares at me quietly. Oh, don't do that. You sound disappointed. We have a curfew, aren't we? We are adults here. Full-on adults that are drinking and, like, implied having sex. Like, are you serious? He cock-blocked me. This bitch cock-blocked me. The fuck? Do you see? Ah! An unfamiliar look crosses his features before he gives me a bright smile, as fake as my own. Heading up the stairs into the embassy's living quarters, I'm guided to my quarters by a young girl with warm mannerisms and deposited in front of the door into a room I won't be sharing with anyone else. Oh, that's so... I don't know why they felt they had to clarify that. No better than a man, for real. So true. Ooh, I love my little roomy room. I quickly reach my room. The inside is small but luxuriously furnished, showing off what I already knew, that the Ares Empire spared no expense for its diplomats. I find myself glaring at the unnecessary mahogany desk, the silk robe hanging from my dresses, the comfortable bed, warmed by the red candle lit beside it, the redundant opulence of the ensuite bathroom with the heated floors and the scented soaps. I sigh as I sink into my bed, journal in hand. Pushing my annoyance aside, my thoughts drift, taking me through the day. So far, I find Omnis to be... charming, I think. Okay, I think this is referring to Mr. Death. This is referring to Shadow Master. I think this is referring to Aqua. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. And this is referring to Terra. But I think it's charming. Grandiose, I mean, it's true, but like I feel like grandiose is often like a negative thing. So I'm gonna say charming. The interconnectedness of all elven races in Omnis is reminiscent of our balefire. There is an inherent kindness that perhaps stems from the excitement over the festivities. It is chaotic, wild, and in some ways similar to our holidays back home, where the memories of hundreds of lost ones spurs on a camaraderie between the waking elves and the Arisians. I take a moment to ponder how I feel after the long day I've had, and find that my latest hours stick out as a journey of emotions. Agreeing to come here had been a risk, but maybe, just maybe, the trouble would be worth it. Next, I find myself focusing on the welcome festivities I had just been a part of. Political, ridiculously, terribly exciting. They're quite a special experience. I don't want to say ridiculously anything. I don't think it was this, because I don't think that's true. This feels unprofessional, so I'm going to do special. The winters our Eastern continent experiences are mere myths to the rest of the known world. They are harsh, filled with horrors of mind and body. We lose too many good people to these wars every year. And yet, within the Arisian embassy of Omnis, the evening before the Dread Festival, we are welcomed with open arms by our elven comrades in arms. We find hope in breaking bread and sharing wine. We smile, laugh, and choose to live on, persist despite the abominations in our recent memories. It was a heartwarming sight of an alliance forged over millennia of joint suffering. I find myself smiling when I think of, obviously Terra, are you fucking serious? The fearless, imposing demigod of the earth element and exploiter of all of its treasures, zealous leader of Fides, the elven city of faith, ruthless warrior, aspect natura. He wasn't anything like I'd expected. Generous, kind, obliging, yeah, I think that. A man who showed off his propensity to lead with a simple dance and a soft squeeze of a hand. A stark contrast to the phony diplomats and ruthless generals from Ares. I shake my head at the thought, deciding that this is better left unwritten. Then, after a moment, I scratched through the entire section I'd written about Terra, paranoid that someone with basic political knowledge could read between the lines of my work. Perhaps the weeks of travel were finally getting to me. I put away my journal and try to get some rest. To survive in the Ares Empire, you need to love it. or you need to be very good at pretending to do so. The delegation was ready to depart to the Central Plaza at 9:30 a.m. sharp. Like apothecary bottles, not a single soul dared to be late under the general scrutiny, as if yesterday's chaotic revelry was a dream we'd all conjured up in our sleep. But the outfit on my body was proof enough, considering I had nothing else decent to wear. The elven diplomats meant to escort us to the location of the Dread Festival's opening ceremony arrived at exactly 7:35. The Shadow Master greeted them, and after finishing the steaming contents of his cup, bid they lead the way. I fucking bitch, man. I hate uptight, pompous bottoms. Anyways, can you guys tell I'm starting to lose my voice from all the screaming? Also, despite how much I yap on stream, I actually don't yap all that much in my daily life, so I'm losing my voice from talking so much. I soon found myself uncertain as to why all of this posturing was necessary. The Central Plaza of Omnis is exactly a 3-minute walk away from the embassy. Though we are early to the ceremony, the open space... This is true. I don't actually... I was thinking about it the other day, just like in terms of what my schedule looks like in day to day. I don't talk that much, so like this is a lot of talking in a very short amount of time. Though we are early to the ceremony, the open space is packed with elves of various elemental inclinations and ages. 7 large stone coffins, held together with heavy locks and star mail chains, lay arranged in a neat line in the heart of the square. Oh, hi! A giant cauldron of bubbling wax levitates peacefully above each one, and I quickly spot the 7 lit silver candles held together by Mors Mortis. Though Terra and Aqua are nowhere to be found, the aspect of death seems to personally be attending the festival's preparation. He appears calm as he runs his fingers over the flames of the braziers heating the cauldrons, earning excited whispers from the gathered elves and senators. I find myself wondering if it hurts or if he's touched fire so many times he's grown numb to it. For a second, his eyes meet mine across the field as our delegation steps forward to our designated area. I want to smile at him. Nod feels so formal. I just want to... Surprise skips over his features like a pebble before sinking underneath the perfectly constructed political smile he'd offer our delegation. Where's my big strong man with boobs? I know, I want to know where he is. I hope he... Actually, I'm not going to say that because it will be taken out of context. Smile and wave, boys. No, seriously. Or so I expected. Instead, his expression remains the same as he offers us a cool, calculated bow. Welcome, esteemed General and delegates of the Ares Empire, to this year's Dread Festival opening. Thank you, Aspect of Death, for hosting us again this year. The Shadow Master returns the sentiment with a curt bow of his own. What a lukewarm exchange. I'm not certain exactly what has happened between these two, but I do not have any time to dwell on it, for Aqua and Terra's... Oh! There's our man! There is our man! Aqua and Terra's arrival breaks the tension and turns it into chaos. It is as if whatever those two appear, the location... Where... Oh my god. Let me try that again. It is as if wherever those two appear, the location turns into a stage set for a spectacle. The general's a bottom, but he's an evil bottom. He is! A stark contrast to the elves' indifference toward I'm sorry, I have to sound out his name every time. Mors Mortis, and quiet curiosity about the general. Ooh, I could see his thighs for a second. Ah! I find my gaze lingering on Terra, obviously. Are you fucking serious? The aspect of Earth towers over the... Yeah, look at the height difference, bro. Oh my god. Although, Mortis is a close second. That man, he's also fine. He's just... I need a man... That man, like... Terra took control, and we love that. We love that. Ah! Anyways, sorry, I'm getting off topic. The aspect of Earth towers over the man, over the man, over the Aqua, staying slightly behind him as his gaze sweeps through the crowd. His hair is a wilder mess than yesterday, and his powerful frame seems to be set with fatigue. Or am I imagining it? He takes control of the public square simply by opening his mouth. Esteemed guests of the Empire, allow us to once again welcome you to our lands as we commemorate the end of another winter. Terra moved to stand beside the now quiet Mors Mortis. There is no greater honor for us and our people to call you and yours by the term allies. For every time we've called, you've answered, and whenever you've been in need, we've delivered. It is through good that we stave off evil, through your gods and ours. Oh wow, we love nations that respect each other's religions. Listening to the eloquence of the aspect of Earth, I am quickly reminded that as the leader of the Elven City of Faith, Terra also holds the title of head of all Elfic religions. Aqua speaks next, a hand on his heart. Our bond has lasted for millennia, a marriage against darkness. This commitment immortalized when we sealed away the sevens. Oh my gosh. Shut up, I'm trying to thirst over a man. Yeah. Yeah, he don't know though. He just gets hungry. We'll continue to hold again today. On this first dawn of the Dread Festival, we vow to once again keep them at bay. His voice pulls me toward him, like a sailor to a siren, but it is Mors Mortis' tone that brings me back. That makes me stop and listen. From flesh to wax, from wax to life, every year the eternal war takes from us those we hold dear, and with what is left of them, we seal away chaos, anger, harm, loneliness, sorrow, hunger, and plague, and take a breath until next winter. For it is through faith that we hold the lines, through love that we stand united, and through hope that we keep fighting. Let those we love shield us once more from the dangers we've forgotten. Is this bitch gonna be, like, do his job? He's all about me doing my job, and I can't flirt with the hot man, but he's not saying anything. Breathe in and take your time to pray. Oh, okay. Terra's command echoes through the air, rendering the thousands of elves gathered on their knees. Wait, I don't think I read that right. Anyways, as per the ritual, our delegation is the first to walk up to the braziers of bubbling wax and silently thank those who gave their lives for ours. The general goes first, murmuring thank yous in both our language and that of the elves. Though I can't see his face, I find his tone to be gentler than any I'd heard from him before. I go last from our delegation. Do I want to be different, or do I want to be, like, what I'm supposed to? I feel like this is the better thing to do. As I reach the first cauldron, I thank the people and elves who gave their lives for our peace in both languages. Then I move on to the next cauldron and do the same, and the next, and the next, and the next. It is considered a great honor to be able to come this close to the dead again. Once our delegation has finished paying our respects, the elven aspects follow. The three move in perfect tandem, and by the time Mors Mortis has finished, the rest of the elven population in Omnis is already in silent tears. Oh, they all look so sad. I mean, makes sense. Poor. Mors Mortis orders after a moment of silence. The 7 cauldrons obey Mors Mortis' command, slowly moving to tip over. Wax begins hitting the coffins one by one, resealing them under the watchful eyes of the elven aspects, their people, and our delegation. Get down! Oh no, a conflict. I wasn't expecting a conflict in my smut story. Excuse me. The words shatter through the silence. I barely have the time to process the familiar voice before the ground underneath my feet gives. For a second, I think I am blind. The world has turned pitch black. I think I smell something burning. Then daylight breaks through, bringing back my sense of sight. My knees are bleeding. Sabotage? I blink as I try to get my bearings, but it's as though sound has ceased to function. I make out that some of the senators lay beside me cowering. Stay low. The general is kneeling beside me, a knife in his hand. His eyes wander around our delegation, coolly checking for everyone's presence and safety. Well, that was kind of hot, but I think you're going to say something smart-mouthed soon, so. At least until a shout cuts apart my uncertainty with a new horrifying discovery. The goddess of chaos has escaped. Uh-oh. I had a feeling when he was listing the things that they fight, that it was like named things. I had a feeling. It was like chaos, plague, loneliness, something like hopelessness. I think they were all named. Like, I think they were things. But I could be wrong. My eyes shoot in the direction of the pale marble coffin, the last one to be sealed, now empty. I hear murmurs and whispers from the gathered elven crowds. The words are undecipherable until the general's crimson gaze sweeps toward the onlookers with what can only be described as wild fury. They've finally decided to conquer us too. Betrayers, scoundrels. Who the fuck is saying that? My blood chills as I realize the only possible culprits could be those close enough to the cauldrons. The realization seems to dawn upon the aspects at the same time because all three of them turn to face us. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'm scared. The words "seize them" suddenly sound like a phrase from a banned horror novel. The elven crowds are dispersed and told to return to their homes under curfew. Meanwhile, we are roughly pulled into a standing position in front of the aspects. While Terra and Aqua's expressions are unreadable, Mors Mortis looks dangerously calm. General, give us one reason why we mustn't lynch your delegation and send you back to the Emperor to announce the dissolution of our alliance. You have no proof. I find this man's ability to remain an egotistical bastard even when standing before three demigods almost attractive. Almost. Did nobody else stand close enough to the braziers in order to tamper with them? The general falls silent, and I realize exactly what he's saying. I see Mors Mortis's expression turn murderous as he reaches the same conclusion. My thoughts suddenly dim as a primal existential fear of death sinks its claws into my back. How dare... Let's hold an investigation then. I'll leave it to Aqua. Oh my god, I'm scared now. I thought this was gonna be just like silly little like men. But no! Let's hold an investigation then. Aqua's smile is nonchalant, but something in his tone gives me pause. Mors Mortis's eyes narrow on the demigod of water. Everyone present is a suspect. I don't know why the three unitary demigods suddenly look so divided. Terra, much to my surprise, is frowning, his tail flicking around, his arms crossed in front of his chest. Very well. Mors Mortis's four jade eyes wander between the members of our delegation and the surrounding guards, before landing on the general. Name your investigator, Shadowmaster. You get one, and only one. Oh my god, is he gonna choose me? I knew it! What? I thought I should read it like she was probably thinking, or excuse me, they. I'm so used to the MC in these games being she, her. But I got to choose this time, so that's pretty great. Anyways, I'm gonna say it how they probably said it, which was, what? I'll do it. Obviously, are you fucking kidding me? I jumped to my feet as all eyes turned to me. I'll do it. I catch a glimmer in Terra's gaze as none of the aspects argue the general's choice. Well, yeah, he's proud of me. Aqua's smile widens, and I find myself looking away, needing to escape all of this attention. The festival lasts 7 days. This is how long you have to get your truth. The unspoken "if you fail" remains a silent implication that hangs over my head like a guillotine for the next week. There's always a time limit in these games. Oh boy, okay. I return to my room and find that my fingers are gripping my journal so hard that they're shaking. I have to get it together. Desperately. I can sense how overwhelmed I am with fear. Had it been winter, I likely would have already turned into some mindless ghoul and fallen prey to the sword of a soldier. I take in a deep breath, then exhale. I repeat these simple motions several times until my brain has enough oxygen to function again, as it should. Who do I investigate? Hello! Welcome in! I love this game. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is hoarse from the amount of screaming I've been doing. Specifically when Tara is on screen. Yeah, I try to lean away from the microphone, but I've caught my audience a few times with the headphone warning. Okay, is it asking me who I investigate as in like who I suspect, or who I investigate like who I want to spend time with? Because I know the answer to the second question, but I don't know if I suspect any of the main four. I just Bleh. Okay, perfect. I'm so glad. Okay, perfect, because we know. I tap my pen against the structure as the what? I'm sorry. I just like dyslexia city. Holy shit. I tap my pen against the desk as I try to structure a plan. I'm a political journalist, not a detective. I should be reporting on the strong relationship between the Ares Empire and oh jeez. I'm so sorry. There are some things I do not know how to pronounce in this game. Hold on. Quillengular. Yep. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna move on. I should be watching the general gallivanting alongside the aspects, drinking wine, smiling politely, and just writing. Instead, I somehow find myself spearheading an investigation that could not only spark a war between two nations, but also result in the end of my life. I can feel the nerves in my stomach like worms, eating me from the inside out. I should have skipped breakfast at this rate. I might skip dinner. You alright? You look like you want to murder your journal. Please be Tara! Please be Tara! Which I do not recommend, by the way. Thank you for your little tidbit of advice. I really appreciate it. It looks like a nice journal. Ah, yes! Yes! Ahem. Anyways, I find myself torn from my thoughts by a voice I'm quickly growing acquainted with. Oh, I thought it was going to say growing attached to, because that's true too. Its owner leans against the open doorway. Oh my god, everything he does. I know, I'm so calm. Don't you agree? I'm so freaking calm. I've never been so calm in my life. I've never played any game as calm as I'm playing this one right now. I'm gonna touch him inappropriately. Man, just give me the chance. Just give me the chance. Fucking Shadow Master out here cock blocking me last night. Like, come on, man. I find myself blah 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 blah. Its owner leans against the open doorway, strong arms. Oh my god, that is so hot when guys do that. Oh my god. I knocked several times, but you didn't respond, so I let myself. Oh my god, let yourself literally come in. You heard me. Come inside. You heard me. Come inside, please. It took me a moment to anyways, let's not get crazy now. I said, like, enter my room. What are you talking about, Dio? I just told him to come inside of my room. Please, step in the door. We about to start the Terra X ambassador pairing for blue at this rate. It took me a moment to realize that he was waiting for me to respond to his earlier inquiry. What was his earlier inquiry? Oh my god. Sorry, I was reading. Let me just, I got really Oh, not really. He hums, his eyes studying me briefly. His gaze was piercing, as though he could see right through every little lie. I didn't lie, though. I just said not really. Please, feel free to take a seat. I motioned to the chair in front of my desk and watched Tara's gaze flick briefly to it before moving back to me with a raised eyebrow. I don't mean to be disrespectful to your embassy's choice of furniture in saying this, but if I were to put my full weight onto that seat, I fear it won't hold another person ever again. Oh, he's big like that. Oh, yeah. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. And while I have no issue paying for those damages, I think I'd rather spare your ambassadors the embarrassment. A giggle escapes me as I process his words. Imagining the present ambassadors rushing over to apologize to the elves Terra for their inadequate seating arrangements sounded like something of a local comedy skit. Blue is gonna need to be put in a straitjacket or something. I mean. Alright then, on to the topic at hand. I'm not gonna ask him that. I think I'm gonna ask him this. Because it's not like, what's it called? It's not like accusing him of anything. It's not accusatory, but it also will get information, I feel like. This one is very accusatory, and this one is just blatant, like, I don't know what I'm doing, which I feel like is not confident, so I'm gonna do the first one. No, I was preoccupied. We all are. Yeah, seriously. Any particular reason? He chuckles, and the sound inexplicably takes a load off of my shoulders. Some demigod enchantment, perhaps. I was releasing some pent-up energy. Oh? Through exercise? Oh, with Aqua! Oh! I didn't know we were like that. I didn't know we were like that. Oh! Without me? That's what I was thinking. Without me? It takes great effort for me to keep my pen moving against the paper, but the writing turns into an unintelligible scrawl as his words sink in. His expression is proof enough that he isn't teasing me. His lips are set into a firm line, his muscular arms crossed in front of his chest. After a few moments, when I'm certain my voice and expression are schooled, I continue that line of questioning. This is the worst news I've received all day. Okay, the jealous in me wants to ask this, but the, like, actually inspector me wants to ask this. But I feel like low-key, if I ask this, he might answer this. I can ask Aqua how long. So I wanna ask this. Maybe? Interested in my bedroom activities already, investigator. I've been interested since I was face to chest with you earlier, okay? He lifts an eyebrow but answers my question before I can find the proper response. We gotta do research, all I'm saying. Common? No. He's easy on the eyes and has a rife tongue that shouldn't go unchecked. His demigod jurisdictions over water and love make him welcoming in more ways than one. He shrugs casually as if we're talking about the weather, while I'm struggling to keep my wits about me. Oh my god, girl, get it together. It's just sex. Come on. The images were becoming vivid, and his dip in tone and subsequent smirk were not helping. Oh, well, I mean... The usual culprit to blame for our wild romps is stress. I see. I want to scoff at the idea that anyone in a position of power actually does any work instead of delegating it to some poor subordinate, but resist the urge. And what exactly does your job involve? Feel free to stop by my office in the Enclave of the Gods and find out. I can let you take a look at all of the organizational documents for this year's Dread Festival, if that would help you. His warm grin twists my stomach with something very different to my earlier fear. That would be great, thank you. There's nothing to thank me about. We're on the same side. Oh, I can ask all of them. Why were you running late? Some elven business came up. Right before the beginning of the festival? When you live as long as I do, investigator, you come to realize that there's two kinds of business. There's the business you can put off and the business you can't. Usually if you don't handle the first, it becomes the second. I try not to make that mistake. That's very organized of you. I find myself smiling at his explanation. The compliment comes out accidentally, and it earns me a bright grin. Thank you. His tone softens slightly, a low, warm rumble compared to his usual demanding voice. I like demanding. I mean, there's nothing wrong with demanding. I almost find it difficult to focus on the work at hand. Are you using some kind of spell on me? This will be interesting. Terra nods, shifting his weight from one leonine leg to the other. Has been for as long as I can remember, which is a bit longer than a century. 120 years, give or take. It all kind of blends together when you live this long. Absolutely nothing has changed for 120 years? Nothing significant that I can recall. Morris Mortis is the oldest of us. He should be able to give you a more informed answer. I'll make sure to ask him. Tara gives me a small smile. Oh, I guess I do have to ask this eventually. The Tara's eyes narrow at my question, his lips pursing into a scowl. Whoever they are, they couldn't have escaped far. I've put Omnis into lockdown. No one can leave or enter. That wasn't my question. His eyes, like molten gold, slid to me, and for a split second, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I could imagine what it was like to be this man's enemy, to stand against a man who could move a mountain, literally. Someone or something that wishes to weaken us, to drive fear into the hearts of our people. And when I find them, I will tear them to pieces with my bare hands and let them rot on the altar of celebration until the crows have picked the meat clean from the remains and the barats have dissolved the bones with their shit. I like this guy. I like it. Hell yeah, dude. It takes me a moment to close my mouth and remember to write this down. Silence stretches out between us, the only sound of ink on paper before I look up at the demigod before me. Another question in mind. I want to see, what could anyone gain? Attempting to sow the seeds of panic and fear in our people is futile. Most of them have lived too long, are too emboldened by their love, faith, or hope to truly let one minor attempt on their lives shake centuries of mental and emotional training. So you believe the goal of the events is purely to free the goddess? That, or to shake Mors Mortis's position in our society. I paused, having completely missed this angle. Why would anyone attempt to damage the reputation of your demigod of death? Everyone tends to fear what they cannot understand and hates what they cannot control. Mors Mortis has saved many lives, turned his district of death and afterlife into a sanctuary for survivors of the Eternal War. And this is a problem? I feel a semblance of horror crawl up my spine at the implied alternative. Some would call it a weakness. Would you? I call it hope, and I find it necessary. His undaunted response warms me, smothering the chill of horror with assurance. A knock sounds on the door, breaking us away from our session. The Terra's eyes move from the door to me, his lips pursed as he steps away from it. For a man so famous for his control, he sure has no problem giving it away. I'd half expected him to answer before I'd blinked. Come in. The door creaks open, and I find myself looking at a handsome, lithe, silver-haired elf who offers the Terra a low bow. Allura? You are needed in the square to help set up the fire dancing festival, Natura. Of course, I will be right there. Though I am annoyed by the interruption, I nod I know! So many people just, like, want to take this man away from me. Please, guys! I bet I could get a lot of information out of him if they just let me use my own methods. Oh, Tabby, you got auto-modded. Allura was the name of my dark elf dragonborn. Holy shit, that's so funny. That's hilarious. I love that for you. I nod my head when Tara's gaze returns to me. I will see you at the fire dancing then, investigator. Do you have appropriate clothes for the event? I mean, you can take them off. I don't know. Allura from Voltron? Taffy, no. Do you have appropriate clothes for the event? Probably not. I find myself caught off guard by the question. Oh my god, you're good. I'll have some sent to your room before tonight then. Are you always buying strangers whole new wardrobes? Usually, only those that ask nice. Anyways, I need to, like, go lay on the floor. His grin stirs in me something fierce. Yeah, no, that's how I would put it. As long as you take the clothes off my body afterwards. Taffy, you read my mind. Don't scold him, elf. I'm coming, Allura. Yeah, he is. Coming in with... Never mind, sorry. He's out of the door before I can poke at his words, leaving my brain scrambled with information and my stomach with warmth. Let's do you, because I don't really... I mean, I like Aqua, but, not like that. And also, fucking Shadow Master can fuck right off. Okay, but, like, if it is one of the main four, first of all, I have no idea who the fuck it is. Second of all, if it's if it's Shadow Master from the main four, I'm gonna be, like, so hurt because that means that he chose me to investigate because he thinks that I wouldn't be able to solve it. So I hope that's not the case because I am such a good investigator. Like, holy shit. My head feels like it's swimming as I attempt to piece everything together. Nothing makes sense. There is still too much information I lack and too little time I have to figure this out. I feel restless, the squeezing of my stomach from nerves doubled by the rapidly growing hunger for something more serious than a cup of tea. Remind me to never play Clue with Blue. Well, Clue is more like randomized. But, yeah. I'm usually pretty good at figuring it out if I'm, like, trying. Like, when I'm watching movies and stuff, I'm, like, actively trying to not be able to guess anything, so I put it out of my mind. But when I'm trying, I feel like I can put it together pretty decently. I don't know. We're about to find out. It forces me out of my chair and to my door. With the amount of stress I'm under, if I don't eat anything, I might fall sick. And then I'd have really doomed us all. A light meal would have to suffice. Oh my god, hi! Pulling the door open, I find myself staring back at two pairs of surprised green eyes. Hi! The aspect of death, one dark hand pulled into a fist, seems to have just been about to knock. Instead, he clears his throat and hides his hand back under his long cloak. I've come at a bad time. He steps back, serene, entirely different from the previous burning display of anger at the city square. It's alright. That's not his name, I don't think. I was about to step out for lunch. I see, then I won't keep you with my... No, why don't you come with me? Come eat with me, come join me. That won't work for me. I desperately need answers. Would you like to join me for lunch? Actually, if it isn't entirely too bold of an invitation, considering the difference in our stations, you could join me. This way we won't waste time. 4 green eyes blink at me and then scan me from top to bottom with distrust. For lunch? Well, yeah. What else did you think? Whatever he sees in my following little nod seems to melt away his suspicions, replacing them with curiosity instead. He motions for me to walk ahead, and I do just that, a polite silence blanketing the space between us as we make our way into the embassy's canteen. It is a small but well-decorated place with 3 rotating tables covered in banquet-style dishes for self-service. One tall window allows for daylight to enter and envelop the whole room. When I move to sit onto one of the comfortable wooden chairs, Mors Mortis is quick to pull it out from behind me, surprising me as he pushes it underneath me after. Oh my god, he's such a gentleman! Would you be comfortable with having me sit beside you, or would you prefer having me seated? Oh my god, sit beside me! We can hold hands. The question puzzles me as I catch Mors Mortis once again scanning my face, searching for who knows what as I shrug. Sit wherever. I guess Natura is probably like the title for them. We are in your city and in your embassy, investigator. Do not forget that. Oh, he wants to sit beside me. Got me giggling and kicking my feet over here. I blink as he takes a seat beside me and lowers his hood. The eyes on his cheekbones scan through the dishes on display. I forget that he has 4 eyes. Ask away. So I do just that. I'm going to start with the first question because I think I can ask all of these. Hours is a very broad amount of time. But yes, many things caught my attention. For one, my invisibility cloak has disappeared. The joke is on my tongue, but I resist interrupting, stamping it down like any other intrusive thought. His cheekbones so sharp. I know. I love how, 'cause I know, right? One thing that I really dislike about a lot of visual novels that come out of Asia, like Japan and China, is the fact they make their characters so fucking pale. Like, I know that's the beauty standard there, but I just, like, these are such beautiful character designs with such, like, variations of skin tone, including fucking blue. And I just love that because they're so pale in all the others. And I'm like, put some variety, add some spice, please. Anyways, I couldn't complete my afternoon patrol yesterday because I was saving a soul in distress from sudden rain. Oh, okay, well that was a little accusatory. I can feel his eyes linger pointedly on me as I write that down. And the dead, their immortal souls were restless. He frowns, his ears twitching. Can I touch your ears? Can I just give him a little pet? We have, like, matching ears almost. His are just a little pointier. Even still, their bones seek to leave their graves, though their flesh has been cleaved and turned to wax. His little pout is so cute. The ears, I know. He's so cute. Anyways, how can you tell? I can see them, hear them, feel them, talk to them. His gaze shifts briefly to something above my shoulder, and I follow his gaze but spot nothing. A sigh escapes him before his gaze turns to the table and the food before me, but I'm not sure I have the stomach for anything after that conversation. I must, however, persevere. I feel like this is important. Yesterday, after I left my house. What time was that around? I tend to lose track of time. It was still dark outside, so it was in the early hours of morn, somewhere between around 5 a.m. based on that. And when did you return to find it missing? 10 p.m., a quarter hour before that, perhaps. Yeah, that is a large gap of time. That is not helpful. But now that it could be a invisibility cloak, that means it had to be A, someone who knows he has an invisibility cloak, and B, an invisibility cloak was used, so whoever was there just because we saw them there, that, I mean, it adds suspects, but it also clears, not completely, but it clears people of also not doing it. Because, like, with the added variable of an invisibility cloak, that means that not everyone who was there was visible. So, I know where I placed it when we returned from winter, and it wasn't there. Where do you usually place it? On the hanger beside the antidote rack. You can stop by when you have time, and I'll show you what I mean. You want me to stop by your house? I'm a sheep in wolf's clothing investigator. My compatriots will confirm if you only ask them. Oh, no, I could tell. Don't worry. You can bring someone with you if you're not comfortable, of course. I nod slowly, noting the opportunity in my journal. Was the ritual tampered with? Yes. I know he wants to take us home. Hello? How? Morris Mortis's eyes fall on the empty plate in front of me. There were runic configurations on the inside of the cauldron. I blink in surprise. Runes are ancient symbols imbued with magic, most commonly used for spellcasting, but runic is a dead language. Is anything truly dead if memory of it still lingers? The aspect of death rotates the traditional table such that the vegetable dishes face us rather than the meat-centric ones. Oh my god, he's a vegetarian. Either this man is vegetarian or he has astounding insight to those around him. I thank him and quietly pile some pickled vegetables onto my plate, pondering his last words. When I look back at him, I notice his ears have sharpened and his bustling tail— oh, he has a tail? I need to see this tail— has frozen in place, as if he is listening for something I can't hear. The eyes on his cheekbones have shifted their attention elsewhere. His features soften after a split second, and he returns his full focus back to me. I kind of want to ask about that, because it, like, shows I was looking at him. This is, like, I don't know. It's, like, nice, but it's, like, a little too mundane. This is a good question, but I want to talk to him about it. Can't blame the dead for wanting to be heard. Doesn't that get tiring? Morris Mortis knit his brows together, as if the thought was entirely foreign to him. It sounds like you have very little peace because you not only have to deal with the living, but with the dead as well. His tail swished behind him from left to right as he seemed to ponder my words. The living only concern me when they're dying or injured. I recall the way he stood alone at the welcoming banquet a few evenings ago, unbothered by the lack of acknowledgement of his presence. Why is that? Because hope is the only thing more compelling than fear. I find myself once again uncertain about how to take his words, suddenly struck by the dichotomy of the life he lives, the aspect of death who also rules over Space? Elven City of Hope. The infamous monster from horror stories whispered under the cover of night at the Ares Empire was the quiet, gentle male before me. Who do you think is responsible? The aspect of death's expression turns unreadable. His eyes flicker away. A shadow falls across his face, and I know that he's thought on this already. For some reason, however, he refuses to share. His silence lasts long enough that I am inclined to write down "refuses to respond" in my journal. I pick up my chopsticks and take a quick couple of bites of the pickled carrots as I consider how to follow up on the lack of reply. Should I assume by your silence that you know who is to blame? No, I can speculate, but it will do nothing but draw suspicion to others who may not truly be the culprit. I grip my quill harder. I think it meant to say, I feel myself grip my quill harder. First, he forces me to investigate his problem for him. Then he refuses to help me. What a frustrating character. So you refuse to share anything that could be helpful? Morris Mortis sighs, and his large tail rustles against the floor. Your definition of help and mine differ. Your investigation will give you too many threads to follow. All suspects will give you information, but some of it may be twisted in such a way that is false. Furthermore, everyone is likely currently suspicious of everyone else, and that will cause disagreements and confusion. To be successful, an investigator should get to know everyone while being impartial. That's why I think you're perfect for this task. Oh, thank you. And if I fail, I die. What an honor. There are elements to everyone's behavior that can be dubious, even mine, I'm sure. At this point, almost anyone can be blamed for what happened. I should leave you to the pleasures within the plates. I barely had a moment to blink as the aspect of death rose from his chair and put his hood back on. His cloak carried behind him a scent of fallen autumn leaves and burning candles. He hadn't had a bite or a sip as he made his way to the door. His eyes flickered once again to me and then behind me. Something of a smile crossed his lips. Remember, be a rat, not a lamb. The less meat on the bones, the less satisfying the prey. Interesting. I see. He closes the door behind him with a soft click, and again, I can't tell if he's trying to piss me off or is genuinely attempting to be helpful. As I'm looking down at my notes from the first 2 sessions, churning the new information in my brain, the door to my room swings. There's only one person that could be. Swings open with such violence that I reach for the dagger underneath the desk. For a second, the shadows grow deeper, darker, and I wonder if they've moved on their own before the general marches into my room unannounced. What did I fucking say? With 4 quick strides of his long legs, he reaches my desk, his tall form blocking out the rays of sun from the nearby window like a storm cloud. A thick stack of papers is deposited unceremoniously onto my desk, and it takes everything within me not to wince as I notice the smudges of various shades of red and brown, along with the inky scrawl upon them. Quick Duolingo reminder, Blue. Thank you, Minty. We're gonna do that right now. He can be interrupted like he interrupted me. He can sit and wait for a second. I put the dagger back in its desk's sheath and make to get up and bow, but he raises a hand to stop me. I will not. Oh, god damn it! This guy's such. Anyways, give me a second, guys. I'm so speedy fast with my Duolingo. I'm so good at this. Now, you might ask yourself, why didn't I do this before stream like a smart person? And, don't worry about it. Yeah, you can hear the sounds. Fuck. Oh my god, fuck. I got it. Okay. I have taken up the task of personally questioning everyone from our delegation who prayed in front of the wax this morning. Oh, thanks for your help. I see you used more than just words if there's red stuff on the paper. I feel the blood drain from my face as my eyes flit between him and the stack of papers before me. I clear my throat to help find my voice. And did you find anything of note? His eyes narrowed with unfiltered annoyance. No. Crazy. I could have told you that. He turns around, heading for the door, just as abruptly as he'd entered through it, each step increasing the anxiety settling on my shoulders. Obviously, I'm going to question him. Shadow Master, with all due respect, I would also like to ask you a few questions. My breathing halts the moment his foot... Girl, stop being so scared of him. He's fine. He's just a bitch. I was about to say respectfully, but that's just not true. I remind myself to count to 10, to move, to show signs of life as he levels me with one of his famous glares, and the shadows in the room darken. Consider these 10 minutes of my time charity for a lost cause. Why did you appoint me to investigate if you're gonna be a bitch like this? You got auto-modded again, Taffy? You destroy that twink. I don't care if he's annoying. Yeah, no, that's fair. Sometimes... I'm not gonna say that, actually. You know what? Never mind. But let's just say, sometimes it doesn't matter, you know, what comes out of their mouth. Like, you know, it doesn't always matter what they say. Because, you know, there's other things that can make that change. My breathing resumes with a huff, and I am quickly reminded of my dislike for the disrespect of the ruling generals of Ares. I'm getting auto-modded is an hourly occurrence at this point. No, seriously. Annoyance washes over my fear, steadying me as I flip open a new page on my journal. The elves knew Aqua through the welcoming party yesterday night. He reeks of trouble. You just don't like him. You're two bottoms, like, quarreling. Shut up. I raise my eyebrow at the observation as I scribble the pointless answer down. Perhaps the Shadow Master used salty wine and trouble interchangeably. I wouldn't be surprised, considering the stick up his ass. Could you elaborate? He's cocky and impulsive, an attention seeker with zero regard for the consequences of his actions. Could it be that he was still bothered by the way the Aqua flirted with him in front of everyone? I think he's bothered with the way the Aqua flirted with me in front of everyone. Excuse me? I pushed the thought down, ignoring the urge to smirk. The current Aqua has been present and active for the 2 previous Dread festivals as well, but no incidents occurred then. I point out, my tone professional, controlled, earning me a scowl from the man before me. The Shadow Master opens his mouth, then seems to think better of what he wants to say, and closes it, glancing pointedly at the clock on my desk instead. I do my best to ignore the way this annoys me. What do you think is the motivation? This winter bore the greatest losses ever seen by this long-enduring alliance. Some would blame the elven leadership for the grave numbers. Others might blame us. You think someone is trying to stage a power coup? The Shadow Master shrugs, and the action is human enough that I find myself staring. Whoever they are, only the gods can save them now, and they better pray long and hard because their chance of survival after that sorry stunt is 0. I agree. I think it's someone trying to pit each other, like us against each other. Because, like, I don't know, it just... Either they have a connection to the specific goddess that they released, or they're trying to just do something that pits us against each other. I don't know why, but that's my theory so far. Is they want that god specifically to be released, or they want to pit us against each other, and they use the invisibility cloak to tamper with the ritual. And yeah, all that good stuff. His eyes glitter like sharp... Oh, goodness. Sorry. Sharp ruby gems, and I recognize those words to be not a belief, but a promise. Who do you think is responsible? The seals placed upon the children of evil are of ancient, complicated magic. This rules all mortal simpletons from our delegation out of the list of culprits, at the very least. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's someone who needs to be able to use magic. Or it has like knowledge of it, because it's in runic, or it's in the runic language, so it needs to be someone who's quite studious. And I bet there was a lot of premeditation involved. I think it's someone higher up, because they knew about the invisibility cloak and where it is. And on top of that, they used runes, which, from the context I'm getting, sounds like a dead language. Which is probably only studied by, like, people who are super nerds or magic people. I purse my lips, ignoring the stab. Honestly, if Mors Mortis didn't say anything about his invisibility cloak, I would kind of suspect him the most, just because of the runes. I mean, not because I think he did it, but just, like, the evidence so far is, like, kind of he seems the most capable of doing this, in my opinion. I don't think he did do it. I just think, like, knowing who the character is, I think he seems the most capable. Unless the others can also use magic, and I just haven't seen it yet. Or, not necessarily use magic, but, like, use runic stuff. Ignoring the stab this asshole just lightheartedly made at my intelligence as he keeps talking. Whether it is a conscious betrayal or a hand guided by the anger of a god, those who would know how to unseal a tomb bound by a millennium-old spell could likely be counted on the fingers of one hand. My hand freezes mid-air. The unspoken words linger between us for a few moments before I finally press my quill into the pages of the journal again, seemingly snapping the general from his continued unspoken thoughts. His gaze flits to me and then to the space around me before he crosses his arms over his chest. His lips set into a firm line as if he knows what I'll ask him before I even open my mouth. You intend to question the gods? The Terra and his high priestess and priestesses can communicate with their original gods in bits and pieces. They know their intentions, their views, see the shifts of the divine web before any mortal can. You think the Terra knew this could happen? He scoffs, one foot tapping impatiently against the wooden floor. If he is as powerful as he says he is, then he should be aware of most fates woven by the fingers of the gods. The complex web of information only seems to grow thicker and more convoluted. I hate to admit it, but the general has given me a lot to think about in the last minutes. My brain is running at 1,000,000 miles per hour as I flit between the pages of information, picking through the bits and pieces I find important. Whatever question I want to ask, however, doesn't see the page as I hear his boots begin moving towards the door. Thank him, obviously. I glance up from my papers as he pulls the door open. Thank you for your time, General. His gaze flickers in my direction briefly as he pauses in the entryway. Do make an effort not to get yourself killed, investigator. Okay, fuck you. Oh my god, he's actually smiling. Not everyone loves obnoxious butt-ins meddling around their business. Says you! Do you know how many conversations you've butt into? He steps out and shuts the door behind him, leaving me staring indignantly at the space he'd just left. My earlier bout of fear completely forgotten, now replaced with a warm, boiling rage slithering underneath my chest. If I wasn't in an embassy building, I would scream. What a fucking ass. Scylla, Pyre, and Lovek give me strength. Who do I investigate? Alright, well, Aqua's the last one. Wow, the music change is really good. I wasn't sure if it was because Mors Mortis had called everyone present a suspect, but I found myself diligently studying Aqua as he sat on a chair in front of my work desk. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. I knew I should have had coffee before this. A very ornate chair that hadn't been there until right before I asked for the aspect of water to stop by for questioning. It was carved of some expensive wood, packed with comfortable cushions, and sparkled with pearls of various colors and sizes. A perfect seat for the man who lounged on top of it, as if he was king of the world. Legs crossed, chin propped up on one hand, he offered me a lazy smile that made something in my chest twist. He was perhaps the most beautiful man I'd ever seen. It was annoying to no end. Should I summon a painter? You seem so fond of staring. Oh my god. He reminds me of Asmodeus, the sin of lust from Obey Me. Jesus, that took a while to get to my brain. My cheeks flushed and I cleared my throat. Glancing down at my journal, I found it logical I started off by asking the following questions. Not really. I was too busy sleeping off a hangover. After a long night of enjoying the revelry I helped your embassy throw. His voice dipped into a softer, more melodic tone. Translation, he's pretty but a pain in my ass. No, seriously. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. I get it. It's same. It truly was a shame that you couldn't stay. How long into the night did the revelry continue? I don't know. I didn't stay for the whole thing. And why not? I found a better use of my time. Yeah. We know, actually. His tone dipped into something softer, and his eyes attained that pure, raw heat that could only mean one thing. I nodded, my cheeks no doubt as bright as his eyeshadow. Why were you late? Aqua scoffed at my question. I am late only if you go by the words of Mors Mortis. If anyone else had organized the Dread Festival this year, they wouldn't have said a word. Others can organize the festival? Of course, it is a rotating duty between all aspects. It just so happened that this year the pleasure fell on Mors Mortis's shoulders. He didn't answer my previous question, but he kind of already has an alibi. I don't think it's any of the main four. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I really don't. Was there anything different between how Mors Mortis organized this year's... I already asked that, though. I'm gonna know the answer to this question later. But this is assuming that they're gonna tell me the truth and give me the correct answer. Maybe if I ask the same, like, a similar question to everyone, I'll maybe there'll be, like, more of a discrepancy, and I'll be able to tell. I don't want this one, because, like... I have no clue. I was delegated the task of organizing your arrival banquet, so I was fully focused on that. No wonder it was so lavish and chaotic. Who do you think is responsible? Aqua raises an eyebrow at my question. If I was thrown in at the deep end, I wouldn't go about attracting the attention of the sharks. Are you threatening me? He laughed as though I'd asked something terribly amusing. His different colored eyes glittered like sea glass. You Arisians are always looking for a reason for an argument or a fight. Do you not know a lot of Arisians? A few. And that's enough to draw up such conclusions? Perhaps. I do my best not to roll my eyes. I want to tell me more about the goddess. Aqua's fingers ceased that incessant playing about with his hair. Varvare, the goddess of chaos, the fourth child of the Arbor Pestis. According to written materials from the time, she was a menace on the battlefield, uncontrollable, and like all other gods, unkillable. Whoever is responsible for this could have freed any of the gods, perhaps even all of them, but they chose to free anyways. Why? Aqua shrugged. The children of evil have been sealed for over 2 millennia by our predecessors and your gods. The best you can get on any of them are secondary records from the Grand Library and the Academy. I blink and find myself jotting down both locations in my journal as places I need to visit. That was all very helpful, thank you. Do you find that... I appreciate the attempt at lengthening our time together, investigator. I'm a busy man. But I wasn't... The grin he gives me as he makes to get up is downright infuriating. I should have a free time slot for you after 5 hours if you wish to continue your disquisition. Oh my god, he's insufferable. Dio, you always like the insufferable twinks. You can't just... But he can, and he proves that point by making his way out of the door to my small room before I can finish my sentence. Ugh. No! Anyways, that's the end of the demo. I'm so sad. I really wanted to know more. Well, it is what it is. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that game. I haven't played a classic visual novel in quite some time. we do gotta wait for a full release now. But if you guys want me to, I will play the full release on stream. If it's true. I enjoyed Terra. Anyways, if you want me to play the full release on stream, I totally can. Just, tell me. Wow. I just I need to sit and think about this for a little bit. Oh man, that was really good. The art is really, really good. I want to know who did it. Alright, well, anyways, that was super fun. The art was amazing. The writing was really, really good. That was such a good classic visual novel. Like, I play Love and Deep Space all the time, but sometimes it's like, it's very, Love and Deep Space is very like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like very high end. Like, not in a bad way or anything. It's just like, it's kind of like top dog, and sometimes I want to do a little classic, classic one, which this was, and I really enjoyed it. It really brought me back to all of the ones I used to play when I was younger. Like going through the answers and picking a love interest, and getting really excited when they do fun things. I like how adult it is. I feel like too many visual novels nowadays try to cater to like the widest audience, which means they get censored quite a bit, which is fine. Like, if you don't want explicit content in your visual novels, then don't put explicit content. But I feel like nowadays visual novels have like done that for the sole purpose of trying to get a wider audience, instead of like it being a comfort level choice or like a story driven choice. So I appreciate the like more explicit nature of this. It's an adult visual novel, and I think that's how some of them should be, because we love indie devs in this house, coming from an indie dev. Yes, we do. We love indie. I mean, this week is going to be all indie devs, so it's going to be great. But yeah, no, that was really wonderful. I really love the art. I'm a big fan. I cannot wait to see where this story goes. It's definitely a good balance of story and suggestiveness. I agree. Like, it's not like it's not like corn with no plot kind of deal. It's very well balanced. There's definitely a plot, but there's also some like suggestive themes. The world building is also really good. Like, it doesn't feel like someone just got isekai'd and then they're like, oh, and all these hot men want to come fuck me. It's very much like, yeah, the world building is insane. I agree. It's very much like, wow, look at this cool story that also just happens to have like romantic choices, which is so freaking cool. Yeah, the dev team did a really good job. I didn't notice any like significant glitches or anything. I think the history is really nice to have, because obviously I used it. It could be just me used to playing like older visual novels, but when I was younger and I would forget what happened in a visual novel, I had to like go through the whole story again, like the whole chapter, to like get where I was, or like remember. And Love and Deep Space has that history too, but you can't like go back and replay it, which I think is really you can just like read it. So I think the like going back and being able to like replay it is really helpful. Yeah, I didn't notice any significant bugs. There were a few, I think, like typos, or maybe just like words accidentally got deleted, or like whoever was typing, their typing was working faster than their hands, so just words got skipped. But that's really minor, and that's probably going to be fixed in the full version when they like reread the script to make sure. But that was really, really wonderful. I love the world building. I love the fact that you're, investigating and figuring something out, because there are so many visual novels out there that just have like a fucking ditzy ass protagonist. Um and it's just like, can we not please? Like, can we have a personality and also some backbone and, you know, just not be an utter doormat? So I liked that a lot. I love a protagonist with a backbone. I like how the protagonist got like nervous, so it was like realistic, but also it didn't inhibit them from, back talking or flirting back or, anything like that. We love knowledgeable protags. No, seriously, like the amount of visual novels I've read where the protagonist is just like some bland doormat of a character that just says like I'm sorry and stutters at the beginning of every single sentence. It's like, Jesus. Ooh, look at our beautiful. Let's admire. Oh yeah. He's really hot when he doesn't talk. I love when his mouth is fucking shut. Like, as much as the protagonist felt like a self-insert, it gave a lot of background to the character. Yeah, like, I feel the protagonist was just the right amount of having a personality, and also, the responses being variable enough where I felt I was being kind of myself, I guess, in a way. Like it wasn't overly pushing me towards being a certain type of person, but it also wasn't like the most bland whiteboard of a person either. And I appreciate that. Oh, let's look at my husband. Oh my god. Oh, there's his tail. You can really see it. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. I like his wide nose bridge. It's very animal like. Oh yeah. New wallpaper incoming. Maybe. This is a good one too. I like this one. I want to see his tail. I can't see his tail. His ears are so cute. I wonder if it's he looks very Anubis based. So I wonder if that is part of it. Although the feathers are throwing me off. I think he's like Anubis crow, but like also look at all these plants. Like at first glance they look dead, like right here, but then if you look over here, they're very clearly vines. Oh yeah, and there's Dio's favorite guy. Yeah, he's the archetype that just flirts but is like super shallow and doesn't actually care. I don't like those archetypes at all. They're like my least favorite. Dio's favorite twink. You wanna know why? He looks just like Hypno from Hades. He's like the same color palette. And that's also Dio's favorite twink. So we just found Dio's favorite twink in another game, is really what happened. But like the archetypes that just like flirt for like right off the bat, I like the archetypes that flirt right off the bat. Obviously, like Terra. You were thinking Asterion, but I see him. Yeah, no, it's literally Hypnos with the curly white hair and like slightly blue. I mean, this is very blue, but I feel like Hypno's a little bit more slightly blue skin tone. It's literally him. Um, but the archetypes of like the characters that just like flirt and from the get go, but then they're like very emotionally stunted or emotionally closed off. I do not like those. I don't know why. Like Raphael from Love and Deep Space is like that. Uh, who I'm trying to think of a demon brother who's like that. From Obey Me. I'm trying to think of popular visual novels that other people will get. I have a lot in my head, but I feel like none of them are like no like popular enough for you guys to understand my reference. But anyways, yeah, I don't like those. They're just so shallow and like I like when the characters are like attracted to MC off the bat, or like show their attraction off the bat. Like that's great. I love that. Um, but if it's like as shallow as Aqua, because he's like clearly attracted to MC, but he doesn't really care, clearly. And I don't like that very much. I am curious to see what he's like when with a more developed relationship. Like what how does he change if if the MC like chooses him? I want to know what a more developed I'm also hella curious to know. Oh my god, hello. Hello. Welcome in. Um anyways, um sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. That's what happens anytime I read chat. Um anyways, I also am really curious to see what this guy um oh my gosh. We're just doing a quick debrief of the game we just finished. Um but anyways, there I'm really curious to see what this guy is like in a more developed relationship as well. Like I wonder if he's the I wonder if he's the like kind of type of person where it's like he's like really cold and then he's like actually super soft, or like I want to know what he's like when he relaxes. Cuz clearly he's smug, clearly he's very pompous, clearly he, thinks very highly of himself. But I'm curious what happens when, like, whatever personality he's decided to portray is, like, broken down more, if that makes sense. And here's all of the lovely characters. Oh my god, look at his thighs. Oh my god, look at the... Ah! His thighs are amazing. He has these two low-key have the same energy in this particular shot. Like, we know he's pompous and we know he's not, but like in this particular shot, they have very similar energy. I know, holy height difference. And I bet you this person, Aqua, is probably either my height or a little taller, because that's usually how these go. The love interests are very rarely shorter than you. So can you imagine the height difference between me and him? Eee! Oh my gosh. Oh, what's that like vial on his belt? I'm very curious. Also the design. Like just subjectively, what? Objectively, these designs are so unique and interesting. Like I really love it. Yeah. No, honestly, nothing but praises for this game. This is awesome. I will be wishlisting this on Steam. I hope so bad that they make a full version and their Kickstarter gets fully funded. Please, if you can contribute to that, please do. I would be so happy if you were able to contribute to the Kickstarter. You wishlisted it an hour ago? Hell yeah. Yeah, I will be wishlisting this. But if you can contribute to the Kickstarter, please do. If not, that's totally okay. Just try and share their stuff around. They have a Discord if you guys are interested in the Discord. I can post the link in my Discord, and you guys are welcome to join. Yeah, no, this was an awesome game. I'm really, really pleased. And I've never played a visual novel on stream before, so that was very exciting. Let us pick a raid target now that I'm done yapping, and I need to go rest my voice. I have been talking for so long. Oh my god, my voice hurts. Alright, let us raid. Let's see if someone else is. Nope. Thanks, Minty. Nope, that's not Minty. Sorry, Taffy. Thanks, Taffy. I was reading Minty's username as I was saying that. Thanks, Taffy. Let me see here. Let's read this person again. They're playing Marvel Rivals, so a little bit off topic, but that's all right. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining me. This was so fun. I really love this. Let me know if you want more visual novels like in our usual rotation, because you guys seem to like this. I get really hyped about visual novels, so yeah, I'm a little bit different during visual novels as opposed to other games. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for watching. Let's all represent our community well and be nice to this person that we are going to raid. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow actually, right here with some more visual novels. I believe I will be streaming. Hold on. I need to look at my own schedule that I posted. Tomorrow I will be streaming a game called Soul Set. So Soul Set, I actually can't tell you anything about it right now. I'm going in blind to all of these, just by the way. But I can tell you Soul Set is a full game that I have the full Steam key for. And so we're going to be doing a full game. So there's a very good chance we're only going to be doing some of it tomorrow. And then we'll be continuing it when we can. Anyways, I will see you guys all tomorrow. I appreciate everyone for watching. And bye guys.